Hey y'all. Hello, hello. Hey sis.
Hey,
Can you hear me okay?
yeah, I hear you good.
Okay. Because it is storming here. It is like in the last 30 minutes it's like started pouring and thundering, but
Oh, shoot.
we're still gonna see if it does okay. I don't think I won't lose the internet or, broadband unless the lights go out. And then if the lights go out then I'll lose it. But
Okay.
it usually does really well during storms. Miss Eve, hello, sweet lady. I hope you're feeling better. I know you've been feeling bad. I hope you're better. Hi, Seclusion Works. Glad you're here. One of the last places I feel safe and comfy to talk. An open chat, a place where no one comes after me for modding for another creator. Oh, well, you're always welcome here, Seclusion. We are not going to do drama over here. Well, you just rest and listen. That is perfectly fine with me. Yep.
I feel better, Eve. Hi, Mrs. Smith, Vicky,
Oh,
Angie's.
yeah. Patty
I'm
Pony.
too honest for this. I love that.
I know, I like her name.
Patty Ponytail.
Yeah. Diane Crawford. Vicky Windsor. Man, we got a lot of people hanging out tonight. Very good. Angie's live.
Oh, seclusion works here, but resting had a medical setback. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. There's been a lot of procedures here lately, I think. I don't know if, people are, it's like the spring, springtime comes and people get more things done, because the weather's not as cold and rainy and you can, actually feel like getting out and doing things. And
Mm-hmm.
seen a lot of people having procedures here lately. Mrs. Smith, hello, hello.
Listening in the bushes. You're out of the bushes when you comment.
Huh? Listening?
I'm too honest. Yeah, listening in the bushes. I
Yeah.
said, you're out of the bushes when you leave a comment.
Hey, I spend a lot of times in the bushes.
Me too.
I do. I'm telling you. I mean,
Sometimes I start chatting in chats and then the topics are I'm like, I'm leaving now because I have nothing nice to say now.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, if it's a lot of drama, I'm usually not gonna participate. But that's just me. I mean, I'm just not. I never have been like that though. I've never been. I never liked the drama to begin with, anyway. So,
I know, man.
but we were going to finish the video out from the interview, and we are going to finish that one. But tonight, I was really today when I was going through some videos, I found this one. I was really drawn to this one. Share, it's yours. But of course, you told me I could go there and get anything I wanted. So I was looking, and
Don't forget he made his waves over on Mark's channel too.
he
It's
did.
still
I knew.
on our old family channel. That's now the Dreadlock channel, but
Yeah,
there's stuff over there.
I'm gonna have to go look over there too. But this one, I mean, I was looking through them, and for some reason, I said, "Oh, I have to review this one because I don't know why. There's something about it." So the title of it is "Wild Horses Rumors with Don Wells." So, Cher, is he in this one, or are you just talking about the things? Is he interviewed?
I think he's in that one.
Okay.
From what I remember, there's a few people that really like that show with or like the information that come from that show, and I had forgotten until people had brought certain things to my attention
Mm-hmm.
a couple weeks ago, maybe. So
Okay.
yeah, I thought it was interesting that you sent that one. When quite a few people find that one interesting, so it's good. It's a good one to go over that.
Well, when I saw it, I was like, "There's something about this one." So I'm gonna, um, like I said, I will review the other because we have like an hour and a half left on the other video, and I still want to review it because it talks about the screams, and what Don that means to him, There's a little bit of Allie in that one. Rest in peace. I know she's no longer around, but there's a little bit of her in there. She's still part of the story, you know. But there's a little bit of that in there. But I really wanted to go into this one tonight. So Miss Summer's been gone 1,415 days. She went in
Too long.
I know.
1 day is too long, but
1 day is too long. Yeah. 1 hour is too long, isn't it?
right. Yep.
June 15th, 2021. This is my 14th live, and she's been missing 1,415 days. 1,415 days. I thought that was odd. So it's just, I mean, just thinking in a month, in 45 days will be 4 years for Summer. She would be 9 years old.
Yeah. She's damn near been missing for as long as she's been alive.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Oh, there's Wolfie. Hi, Wolfie. Glad you found me. She couldn't find it, and then she said it was buffering, and I was like, "Oh no, I haven't started yet. I hope it's not what the weather is gonna do." But I think we're gonna be okay. Hi, Sam. Hello. Hello, beautiful Cher. Sam says hello.
Hey, Sam. Let's see what my camera's on.
Mandy is going to join us. She's getting her baby to sleep, but her grandbaby, but she'll be here eventually. We told her she could have supper, you know. I don't.
How nice. Yes.
Nice, you know.
That's so nice.
It's so nice, isn't it? Yeah, you can eat before you come. Go ahead.
Okay, let me show you quick, sis.
Yeah, so, you have to be quick. Go ahead.
I freaking washed my hair and had to re-roll all these.
Oh, okay. So good, yeah.
It is frizzy as shit now. I'm sleeping in a bonnet, so that helps.
Will it calm down though with the?
Yeah.
Is that yeah?
But apparently, it could take like 6 months to a year before, like, because I want them to look nice, right? So
yeah.
But I am also washing them. I don't want to not wash them. But anyways, that hurt like hell. It really, really hurt.
Is your head sore?
Yeah, it's pretty sore, but it's starting to feel better. I just gotta learn how to proper way to sleep in these bitches now because I went really long with them.
Yes, you did. I was gonna say, hold it back. Can you hold it back and let us see? Those are so pretty.
So my hair is dreaded, but I added extensions because my dreads are only like maybe 4 inches long.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can see the colors good.
So lavender and then a silver color.
Yeah. And blonde and like caramely brown.
That's so pretty. How long did it take them to do it?
9 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm hurting. She did a really good job.
Yeah, she did. Did you get to eat while you were sitting in the
I ate after. I was kind of too nervous to eat. And it was like really painful, but I was trying not to. I took 2 breaks in that 9 hours, and it was just long enough to pee, and we were back at work. I just wanted it over with.
Yeah. Yeah. And she stayed with you though. I mean, of course she had to stay with you the whole time, but you was in her shop the whole time.
Yeah, I was in her shop, is in her house. So
okay.
It's pretty cute. Yep. So I just went to her house and went in her shop, and 6 hours on Saturday and 3 hours on Sunday.
And you have a special shampoo you use?
I gotta get some stuff, but I just used a coconut water shampoo. Like I gotta use like BPA free, silicone free, and what'd she say? Silicone, BPA, and sulfate free.
Sulfate free, yeah. Wow, Cher, you're so gorgeous, Sam said.
Thank you.
I'm too honest for this set. Kudos. I couldn't sit for 9 hours for anything. It would be hard for me to.
It's really hard.
Say, I'm just going to say it would be hard. Yeah. I love coconut oil. Don't it smell so good? Seclusion works. A knockout seclusion said,
Oh, that's very sweet.
I am growing out my. Oh, seclusion works. Okay, then.
You sis, this kind of made me low-key like mad because this costed a couple $100, but
Yeah.
then Saturday night we go out for dinner and drinks. And well, I looked ridiculous, by the way, with just the top part of my dreads left to do. So I had like a little high pony on top of the dreads. But anyway, tell me why at the restaurant 2 different people compliment Mark's luscious hair.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's never happened before.
Huh.
WTF. He's gonna laughing. Tell him, baby. Tell him about the old dude.
Well,
Oh, it's
Oh.
so beautiful. Oh my god.
You guys, we
Yeah,
look like rock stars
you're,
now.
you're looking, Mark, you're kind of looking like a Viking.
Right? I want him to do dreads.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Depp better look out. Look at there. I like it like that, Mark, though. I like that.
One of them was like a 70-year-old guy who come up and he tapped someone. He's like, what did he say?
He's like, I really like this, and he like flipped my hair a little bit, kind of touched it.
Yeah, he touched his hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if he always dreamed of having luscious hair like Mark, or maybe he once upon a time did, but he's old and bald now. But it was actually very sweet.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And his wife was just standing behind him, kind of looking annoyed, like, I'm
She's like,
glad you don't have that beautiful hair.
Yeah. And why did you touch his?
I should have touched his hair.
Yeah.
Should have rubbed his bald head. It does look good on Cher. I agree. I'm too honest for this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I still think I look weird. Mark didn't
Hello,
think he was gonna like dreadlocks, dread marks, but he said he liked them
Yeah, I do.
because you can't see my scalp.
Yeah.
Oh, except my part.
Well, Mark's is long enough. He could just have them braided like dreadlocks.
He doesn't want to cut his hair anymore. He's buying
That's what I'm
biotin
saying.
shampoos and conditioners now.
Yeah. His is long enough. They could just braid it. Both of you look great. I agree, Sam. He does look like a Viking, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Give him
said
a
give
sword
you
and
a
a
sword.
horn cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs that. What's that cap? I don't know. It's not a cap.
Well, I got the hammer of Thor here too.
Mhm.
Oh, Thor's hammer. There you go. You just need the
Mark's hammer.
the helmet looking thing with the horns on it. What is that? What's
I don't know. Just the Viking helmet.
Viking helmet? So, yeah. He does look like a Viking. I agree. If you're in here and you have a channel, if you let one of the mods know, we can drop your channel in here. No problem at all.
That 9 hours was a long time, yeah. I asked her, because the way she's doing it, like, for sure you're going to stab your finger, but she had, like, a finger guard so you don't, with, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And anyway, some of it, I don't know if you know, like, the sound of nail on chalkboards, like, that's what kind of got to me more. Some of it hurt, like, more around, like, the crown and the temples really bad, and it felt like I was being stabbed in my scalp.
Yeah.
It just sounds like when you hear, well, first of all, we had to, back comb the shit out of my hair to make my dreads, and the sounds that come from that alone just doesn't sound. I told her, I'm like, this sounds crazy, but yeah, that's what got me most. But yeah, 6 hours is when she usually taps out. But she said a lot of people can't just sit there and deal with it like I did.
Yeah.
So she was able to work, I think, pretty quick, because if I would have needed more break, it would take even longer.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Does she have other people coming in, or you were just her whole day?
No, or I was the whole day, yeah. But she has other customers. She's actually apprentice under so she's a student, so it's another reason I chose her.
That's okay. Everybody's got to start. I mean,
Yeah. And she apprenticed under a really good loctician that's like traveled around and done locks everywhere. So she's pretty good. So he's also a student, in college and a student doing them. So helping all around.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. I mean,
oh yeah, she did great. I've seen a lot of her pictures and a lot of her clients before booking with her.
mm-hmm. And y'all had a good time. It was a little getaway.
Yeah, we made a little vacation out of it. We ate some good food. We got a hotel for Friday night and Saturday night and came back Sunday.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you had fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters. Oh, Mandy sent me a message. She said she'll be up here soon.
Yay.
How dare her eat? No. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. Let me go over here and bring it up first. There.
Oh shit! Sorry, Courtney.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. She's getting upset.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot. Hold on.
No, I just want to make sure I didn't do anything. And I was like, well, what could I have done? I'm over here on this side. All right. So I haven't got to review much of the video, so we will be reviewing it all at the same time. I have no timestamps to bug everybody with on this one so far. So we will just play it and then stop me whenever you want to share, because I'm sure you'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Stop. So stop it whenever you want me to, and I will stop it. Let me know when Mandy pops up too, and I'll switch back over so I can.
Okay.
See which one is it, so I can. I think this is the one she told me. I think that's the right one. Okay. Here we go. Can you hear it? Wait a minute till it starts.
Zero. I don't know, because sometimes we had sound issues too, so maybe.
There we go.
There.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shanti.
Yeah.
Tina Bobina. I'm Taylor, Jackie, Lil
Oh,
Deb,
my short hair.
Steve, Jenny,
Mm-hmm.
Angie's Life, High Priestess.
Okay, I should never wear that shirt
my
again
time.
with
Hi, Miss
camera open.
Christine.
What was I thinking?
I think it looks fine.
Hey, Lucia.
Okay.
All right. Jackie.
Can you tell? I think I was annoyed by Dawn all day
Chris,
that day.
Lindsay,
It looks like you're
Taylor.
annoyed about something.
Hello
I think he's
again.
blowing me up right now.
What is everyone up to tonight? We're going to give it a couple minutes before we get into anything serious. Hey, Rosie. Hi, Renda.
You want me to go up a little or just let it play?
Good to see y'all.
I'm not
I'll turn my camera
sure.
on. Don't worry.
Maybe, yeah, fast forward a
Hi,
little.
Diana.
Let's see.
No, is there really high diving?
I'm not sure when it started.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is. All right.
She buds. Okay. Share screen.
That sounds like me. Okay, sure.
So, a bunch of people have reached out to me in email, Facebook messages, text messages, and every which way you can get a hold of me. You've been getting a hold of me. Thank you for sharing the TikTok. We're trying to get to enough people over there so we can do lives over there as well.
I'm sparking a joint. You can hear it. I'm like, here we effing go.
So
of Summer Wells, what she would look like now, as I welcome in our News Nation reporter from that area of the country, Johnson City, Tennessee, Ansley Daniels. She's been on this.
Oh, she's a News Nation reporter?
Ansley, thank you for being here. As we look at this age progression of what Summer would look like now 2 years later, what impression are you getting from law enforcement as to why they're releasing this now, the timing of this new photo?
So the last time I spoke to TBI was via email. They are not doing any updates this year. They held a press conference last year on the 1-year anniversary. However, they did tell us that Summer would not have been eligible for an age progression photo until she had been missing for 2 years. This is through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They have a team of forensic artists. I actually spoke with someone from that organization yesterday. And so
again, she had to be missing for 2 years. That's their protocol, I believe, for the children that are part of an Amber Alert. It's 2 years before they are eligible for the age progression. Now, it's my opinion that that would look nothing like Summer. Personally. I'm not sure how Don thinks about it, because as you can see, he thinks that she would look a lot more like him, kind of on the...
Well, we know now Don didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say scrawnier side, but she was very, very petite. And the age progression photo I have a problem with, because I just don't think that's how a 7-year-old Summer would look. That looks like a more like maybe, I guess, like a 13-year-old, kind of more heavier set for what.
Did you like that age progression picture?
No, I hated it. It looked more like Josie than what Summer would look. Dawn hated me saying Summer was malnourished, but she was. We all have eyes, so we see that she was. And no, in 2 years, I mean, like, no. Even I don't get big in the face like that. Like, I still hold on to shit that won't make me go past a certain way. I just don't think when you grow up like that, no. I think she would be still very scrawny.
Yeah.
And super thin in the face and that made me angry.
That looks like and I'm not trying to be, this is just in my opinion, and everybody
right.
One.
Well, that was Dawn and Candace's opinion too. They agreed it didn't look like what she would look like. So,
well, that looks like a healthy,
very healthy, yeah. But it looked like Josie with a wig on.
Yeah,
it's like they didn't even really try. They just put something else. And that's how I felt.
Why do they wait 2 years to even do one? Because they change so much in a year. Why would you wait 2 years? I mean, they have to be missing 2 years before you'll even do one.
Mm-hmm.
Kids change. Mm-hmm. I mean, they change more. They changed a lot in 2 years. I mean, I don't see that.
Or even 6 months at 5 years old.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't get.
Yeah, that is. I did look it up. That's why I was saying it so confidently there. But that is what the protocol has been for forever, that I could tell, Len, anyway. But I don't think it's right.
No, yeah.
But
hi, Black Skies. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate your. She does. It makes her look like. Honestly, she looks like she's 12.
I agree with Black Skies and Wolfie. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I never did like it, but I was like, well, who am I?
Right. We can't. I mean, the law put that out. What can we do?
And even if the parents can't do anything about it, somebody else is not going to be able to. If the parents have a complain about it, and they don't seem to move on it, then the public's not going to get them to change it either. So,
what I believe she would look like, I don't know. That's my personal opinion, though.
Well, apparently it takes 2 years for these children to even be eligible for these photos. And unfortunately, this seems to be the only update that we're going to be getting in this case on this 2-year anniversary.
Ansley, as I said to you a moment ago when we were on the air for News Nation,
which was shit, by the way, TBI, just saying.
Live, there is so much interest in this case. As soon as we said we would be revisiting.
You agree, Lady Lolo? Patty Griffin agrees as well. I think a lot of you guys do. Yes, looks like a much older child. Yeah, 13, 14. Yeah, I agree. It looks like Candace and the oldest boy. Yeah, it does look like the oldest boy. I agree.
And it is one of the first missing cases that we covered.
And if she looked 12 or 13 in this one, can you imagine if they do another one, say, when she hits her 4-year mark, what she's going to look like? She's going to look like an 18-year-old.
Mhm.
An adult. I mean, she's going to look,
They're making it, yeah.
yeah, the way they're doing it, yeah.
But they haven't done the pictures for her, in my honest opinion, since she went missing. They didn't put the proper photos out that they should have.
No, they did not. So aggravating.
The emails started pouring in. People care about this case now, 2 years later, just as much as they did when.
Now that's the truth. We have not stopped caring just as much as day one, whenever that was for each of us, that this case touched our lives. It's a different day for all of us, but
Summer first went missing. I have a lot of questions from viewers, and I'm going to try to get to some of them. Some may be difficult to answer, but you're closer to the case than most. I want to begin with a question from Betty in Florida, and she says, does law enforcement have any person of interest or suspects in the case, or have they, throughout the investigation, any evidence discovered that supports the theory that Summer had been abducted? Can you shed any light on that question from Betty?
So since the very beginning, law enforcement said that everyone is a suspect in this case, meaning her parents.
Mm-hmm. She's speeding her up.
So since the very beginning, law enforcement said that everyone is a suspect in this case, meaning her parents, people who were close to her at church, anybody in the family, such as her grandmother, maybe even implying to other members of the family and neighbors. So again, law enforcement.
Hey, rewind that, because yes, this is, I think,
everyone is a suspect in
everyone,
this case,
grandma,
parents, people who were close to her at church.
At church, everyone is a suspect, meaning grandma, everyone close to her, and at church.
Right.
And the
haircutting
parents.
was weird too.
Rewind that, Tammy.
Yeah,
you know, let white boy take that and stick it up, whatever, and smoke it.
You want me to rewind it? See, I have
one
to try
more
to
time.
I have to try to pay attention when it's you or when it's you.
Okay.
Because
yeah, it's a little trippy.
Yeah, because you're up here twice talking. So, say it's the real life me, so I know it's not the video. Let me get back to that. Here we go.
Everyone is a suspect in this case, meaning her parents, people who were close to her at church.
What up, Robin? What up, Tim?
That sounds like a good short.
Yeah, take the time stamps for sure, because that people should be reminded. Don't forget, she talked to the law before doing that show, and that's the feedback she got, to say that. I mean, she said that.
That's true, Sam. The missing picture of Summer with full head of hair and dressed so nicely in there.
And it had to be a picture that was taken in the church.
Yeah.
Weird, right? Robin Lane said, "Oh, you don't have the right pictures. Let me give you these ones." Remember hearing that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I had 3 girls and 2 boys, and I never shaved their head. No, not even if they had, if for any reason they had lice. I mean, you can get something for that without having to do that, go to that extreme. That's ridiculous. What timestamp was that? Let's listen to that again.
Meaning her parents, people who were close to her, that So since the very beginning, law enforcement said that everyone is a suspect in this case, meaning her parents, people who were close to her at church, anybody in the family, such as her grandmother, maybe even implying to other members of the family and neighbors. So again, law enforcement
and neighbors.
Yep.
Like the one Ziggy married. Just saying. Sorry. Like, hello.
That's a good short. That's gonna be up on my.
Everyone is a suspect in this case, meaning her parents, people who were close to her at church.
Do I keep replaying that?
I replayed it just then.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because I want
Right.
to timestamp.
The haircutting was weird too. Yeah, double share show today. Yeah. I took today off work to basically do this.
Oh, then it was serious.
Hey, Pearl. So the cutting of the hair, we've heard different things about. I think that too, little Dev. It would be nice to get, some. Hey, Dippy, good to see you. Some people ruled out. Hey, Eve.
Yeah, I agree, Eve.
That would be ideal. And in 26 and a half months, they have not been able to do that, right? Or they've chosen not to do that. Not sure.
26.
So with here.
So this video is September 2023 share.
Okay.
I went and looked at the date on it. It was uploaded September 1st, I think it's what it was, 2023. So that was a little over 2 years after she went missing.
Okay.
So did you talk to him that whole 2 years? Like, was it, because I know like this last year, year and a half, you haven't hardly talked to him, right?
Right. Yep, that's right.
So it was like for like the first 2.5 years and then nothing.
Yeah, 2.5 years, and then, it's not nothing. It's being controlled because he straight up called me and Mark, and I had gone to work with Mark that day, and Don called me. He's like, they're trying to make me stop talking to you, and I don't want to, and it's more than just my wife, let me tell you that. And I was like, yeah, Tim, I know. And so I knew it was coming. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. If he wants to be controlled, then so be it.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You would think as tough as he acts about everything, he would not ever allow that.
Well, that's why maybe he's not that tough. Obviously, there's somebody else. Again, it's weird, and I think multiple people would have been in a lot of trouble if Summer would have had to see a doctor, been able to talk and tell stories. Again, that's my opinion.
Yep. All right, let's see where we're going.
Hearing that again. I want to pull something up. Actually, I want to ask you guys something first.
Should I try to fast forward through it, Cher, or should I just...
Yeah, if you want to, because I don't know.
Let's see. Let's go to the next big thing you got, because you may just be... Looks like you want to download.
You believe law enforcement preyed on this family.
Let's try here. You hear the thunder? Can you hear it thunder? You may not can hear it.
Share screen. Sorry.
That sounds like me. Share screen.
Days since the disappearance of 5-year-old Summer Wells, but in 1 month from today, Hawkins County schools are reopening. We learned today Summer was registered to begin kindergarten at Joseph Rogers Primary School.
She was registered.
Candace said she was registered.
She was registered where? Hold on.
Joseph Rogers Primary.
Oh, I bet I'm right then, looking up to see if it's tied to the Seventh-day Adventist.
Joseph Rogers Primary School.
Yeah.
Rogersville, Tennessee.
I didn't even think about that.
Okay, now this is interesting.
Because she would get different, there would be different, there would be different things. Like she wouldn't have to have the same things to go to school there as she would to have public.
Right. Seventh-day Adventist has their own, just like Scientology, they have their own doctors, they have their own dentists, they have their own TV channels, they have their own, like, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot like when you think of Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I know I'm looking up right then, is this tied to the Seventh-day Adventist? Because Don had mentioned to me several times and also publicly that he had wanted to get, well, he said the boys, I believe, just named the boys and wanting to get them in the Seventh-day school. But if you guys look it up, that's very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be a member of the church is very expensive, let alone sending your kids to a cult school.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. You know, she said that Candace said in one of the interviews we watched that she was registered. She'd been to the doctor. She'd got her shots and everything. And I thought that's odd that if she had that, a doctor wouldn't be alarmed by Summer with no hair. But if it's connected to the church, maybe it wouldn't matter as much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hi, Susan. Welcome.
I think so, Sam.
Bridge. And Tim Mullen knew that you were on. Yep. 100%, Sam.
Because why does Tim Mullen, if Don Wells is an innocent man and you know that and you're his bestie, why do you care who he talks to?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Hi, Mimi Jean. You shouldn't care, especially if everybody like us, if you want Summer found too. If that's what your intentions are, is for Summer to be found, why would you keep him from talking? Because you have other intentions, in my opinion. In my opinion, I got to see. Oh, there's Witchy Mama. Witchy Mama. Hello, Witchy Mama. I think somebody said Witchy Mama's in here. Yeah, she is.
Primary School.
News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with school district psychologists about what they're doing to prepare not only the teachers, but parents and students as well.
When it comes to dealing with the disappearance of a child in your community, a Hawkins County Schools psychologist tells me that students, teachers, and even parents are going to process this trauma differently. She says the school district is working on a plan to help anyone who needs it by the first day of school.
We're going to try to get information to school.
Is that the same school that ended up closing down? Does anyone remember? I'll have to look that up now.
The one that Summer was going to?
I'm not sure, but didn't the school close down?
I thought
like
so.
after Summer went missing, I thought it was the school she was allegedly registered to go to.
That's odd too that would happen. And
yeah, but maybe I have the wrong school though. I don't remember.
But I mean, I understand kids need counseling like when another child goes missing, but she's never been to school before.
Yeah.
So
And she didn't hang out with a bunch of like little girls or kids in the community like that either. So,
so it's not like
no. But
like she was a 7th grader and she's been going to school with these kids this whole. You know what I mean?
it made me worried watching, like, seeing the news with their family, maybe.
Yeah, it just seemed kind of
But,
odd.
yeah.
Mimi Jean said not that one, so it was another one then.
Okay. All right.
Do you see this right here? Can you see my white arrow of the mouse on your screen? I don't really know. Do you see the sign?
Yes, we see the sign.
School counselors, because that's usually in a school the one the students go to if they have a concern or a worry.
Carol Fuller is one of the school psychologists working with teachers and counselors to prepare for the added anxiety.
So this was 2 years ago. This isn't what's been released recently, by the way.
Say again, Cher.
No, that's on the video.
Okay. See, I can't tell you apart.
Students and teachers might feel in the upcoming school year. She said parents should play an active role too.
Parents are welcome to contact the school counselor at their school if they notice little changes in behavior, little subtle things, because a lot of times younger students can't tell us, I'm upset about, I'm worried about. They may not be eating the same.
So I guess I didn't realize before today that she was enrolled in a Seventh-day Adventist school.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I guess you found out it was connected, Cher.
Bye, Lisa.
Did I?
Usually.
Yeah, I think that's what you just said. Listen, here we'll play.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see right there. I think. Hold on. I think that's a Seventh-day Adventist, like, little logo on the top. I don't know. I think it is.
Let's see what you say here.
Yeah. Let's see if I agree. Over there somewhere.
Bye, Lisa.
Usually in a school, the one the students go to if they have a concern or a worry.
Carol Fuller is one of the school psychologists working with teachers and counselors to prepare for the added anxiety students and teachers might feel.
So I can't remember where, or I kind of jumped there. But she says, like, in the event that Summer's found, they have everything ready to help Summer with schooling. So she was definitely ready and registered. It sounds like they had everything they needed. So I would say she was going to a doctor.
Because I didn't go back far.
They had,
well, unless it's tied to Seventh-day Adventist.
Anxiety students and teachers might feel.
Say again.
Or unless it is tied to the Seventh-day Adventist, which I think it is.
I thought I heard you say that.
Then maybe they would have not, or maybe they just had someone say she was registered. Like, I don't know now.
Yeah.
It's so shady.
See if I know I heard you say it. Hold on, let's see if I see.
I think that logo on the top is the Seventh-day Adventist logo.
Hi, Lisa.
I know you said it because I just heard you, I thought.
Mandy said she'll be up in a
Hi,
minute.
Lisa.
Okay.
Usually in a school, the one the students go to if they have a concern or a worry.
Carol Fuller is one of the school psychologists working with teachers and counselors to prepare for the added anxiety students and teachers might feel.
So I can't remember where I kind of jumped there. But she says, like, in the event that Summer's found, they have everything ready to help Summer with schooling. So she was definitely ready and registered. It sounds like they had everything they needed. So I would say she was going to a doctor. Because you have to see a doctor and have your shots caught up to 5 years to go to school. But yes.
May I say something about in church-based member assistant programs? Sure. You can say something, Seclusion. Yep. And Mandy. Yep, just drop it in chat and I'll check back in a second.
I did not realize it was a Seventh-day Adventist school.
There you go,
and
Sherry.
so right away I'm kind of wondering because
snap.
in my research, those schools are not very cheap.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But also there are no children going to that school currently, so it isn't costing any money. But just a little something that I didn't know until today. I'm not sure if you guys were already aware of that. I had watched this before and I didn't pick that up. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me, but yeah, no. So that's interesting.
Well, then I don't believe
Hi,
her
Tracy.
one damn bit.
You were probably fixing it. Let's see. Here it is. The LDS Church has programs to help you get clean, end of life planning, and food assistance. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. It's definitely a Kingsport Seventh-day Adventist church. Okay. That's good that they have programs. I'm glad they have programs like that. That's good that they do. A lot of churches do. They have quite extensive programs. It's good that they can do that.
A lot of cults do too.
Yeah, that's true. Right. The SDA church might have the same idea. You're right, Seclusion. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm not mistaken, they kind of branched off from LDS and did their own thing in a way. But Ellen G. White is who they really go off of. But she was a liar, and they think she was a prophet. It was like Tim Allen thinks he's a prophet.
Don likes her. I mean, he thinks she writes the best stuff ever.
Oh my God. Yeah.
If he said her name one time, he said it 100.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Sherry. You didn't know that, Brenda? Mm-hmm.
Some more stuff coming up.
You didn't know that either, soldiers? The religious schools here in Texas are real expensive. Yeah, and there's no kids currently that the Wells have going here, right? Because this lady goes on to say, like, the boys are going to a different school, so
in the upcoming school year. She said parents should play an active role too.
Parents are welcome to contact the school counselor at their school if they notice little changes in behavior, little subtle things, because a lot of times younger students can't tell us, I'm upset about, I'm worried about, they may not be eating the.
So why would they send her to the Seven Adventist school and not the boys?
I'm telling you, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I have ideas, but
I mean, the cost, I'm sure, is part of it. I mean, because that's 4 kids, that'd be a lot of money. But I mean, why all of a sudden her? Why can't she just go to the same school the boys are going?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me asked on a few times in live shows about, tell me about how the women and young girls are treated in the church. And he kind of wanted to steer past that, or he'd get very upset at me as well.
Mm-hmm. In the life, yep. Anyone else? Yep. Seclusion says Wolfie for SDA. Let's see. They only want girls. Well, okay, Mimi Jean. That could be true. I didn't think about that. They only want girls. Cher, when you was looking into that, did you notice, was it boys and girls going to those schools, or was it even a thing?
No, I think it's for boys and girls, because he had said he wanted. I mean, again, when you're in the SDA, there's schools, there's doctors, there's dentists, and all of that.
Right.
So it's for boys and girls. I'm not sure if there's maybe certain ones that are just for girls. I don't know.
And they may take so many girls in a year and so many boys. I mean, if they get weird like that, you know what I mean?
I think it's, whoever pays, really. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it could be that too. Wandering Hearts, hi. Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, Wandering. Yes, Wandering likes this video.
Oh, that's right. You're the one says she's the one you said. Okay.
The same, sleeping the same, toileting accidents, stomach aches, things like that.
She says the situation is also stressful for Summer's brothers.
They're changing schools, so they're going to be mixing with new kids. And we'll just want the school counselor there and the teachers to kind of,
So the boys were going to go there too? That'd be very expensive. 4 kids in the Seventh-day Adventist school. How were they going to pay for that?
Yeah, let me see. Did she say?
How were they going to pay for that?
Let's listen to that again.
Like that.
She says the situation is also stressful
Like
for Summer's
that.
brothers.
They're changing schools, so they're going to be mixing with new kids. And we'll just want the school counselor there and the teachers to kind of, make sure they're not having any issues that we need to really assist with, either through the school counselor, through myself, or the other, staff school psychologist, or whatever we could do to help.
Fuller had some advice to parents who might be wondering, what if this happened?
It's something like not a lot of you knew that it was a Seventh-day Adventist school. Not that it should really matter, but
oh, it matters. What am I talking about?
To me, being honest with the students, not in a way to instill any kind of fear, but having procedures in place when we go out and you get separated from me, or you need to be where I can see you and you can.
Oh, really, Miss Christine? She could attend if someone sponsored Summer for special education. So essentially, someone else would be paying her.
So is this lady right here from the Seventh Adventist?
She must be, because she's like the principal or a teacher there. So she must be in the Seventh-day Adventist.
That's what I was thinking.
Because you're not working in their schools and their doctors and their cult if you're not in it.
Right. Yeah. Because I was trying to listen to her talk, and I'm like, that sounds a lot like she may be like big in the, something within that school, that religious school.
Tuition.
Me, things like that, just to make the child feel more comfortable.
She said there's a plan in case Summer is found.
Depending on what she would need, we could always look at different things as far as the school goes, and then counselors, outside resources, we could tap into whatever we needed to make her comfortable and feel safe at school.
Because they ever thought she was going back to that family.
You saying something, Cher?
Yeah, I just like, come on. Did they really think if Summer was found, they were going to go back to that family and go there? Like, she's selling bullshit.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, what makes you think she was going to go back to school there? She
Kim
was.
Mullen and Robin Lane put her up to this, or the big touchy-feely pastor, or all of them, or something, because it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Being honest.
Enrolled in that school. That school had what they need to have her enrolled, which would let people know she'd definitely been to doctors and nurses.
Yeah, they're
so
doctors.
that right there, can that be like kind of put to bed? What about the boys? Where was they going? I'm not sure, Lady May. I know Don had said he wished that they could go to a Seventh-day Adventist school. And when this happened, it was summer. There was no school. So I'm not sure were they going to go to that school, or just Summer maybe was going to go to that school if, like, I guess other people can sponsor. So maybe, I don't know, was Robin sponsoring, or David Dotson or something like that? I don't know who. Maybe, or I don't know, or was it free? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Just learning this today. So not really sure where the boys would have been going, but possibly there with Summer. Like, the boys were also going to school too, right? What was Summer's special education? That was not mentioned. Not sure.
Special education?
I think they were asking if she was in special ed or something, but I don't think she was.
No, because when in the hey Mandy.
Hey.
In the last video we done, they asked Dawn, or you asked Dawn, one of y'all asked Dawn, was she autistic or had any special needs, and he said no. And that was in the video we went over last week, according to him.
Mandy.
Hey, girl, I saw your hair. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
It's so pretty.
I saw your hair.
I walked out
Yes,
there. I was like, look at my dreads,
And Mark, like, you two need the award for the best looking hair couple.
That's right. Diane says, hello, Mandy. Sure, you want to show your beautiful hair again?
Hi, Diane.
For the people,
just a heads up. My Wi-Fi is messing up on me right now, so I may get kicked. If I do, I'll come back. But it made me sign in all over again, and
you and Timmy's having weather.
Seclusion, I don't know if she was gifted, if Summer was gifted or not. He didn't really, when you would ask him like stuff like that, he really didn't have he was either no or I don't think so, or I mean, he really didn't have, but I don't think he was asked that directly either. He was asked if she, had autism or any kind of learning disability, and he said no. But I don't think he was asked that. Y'all didn't ask him that, did y'all, share if she was gifted?
I might have asked if she was in or had needed. Because I think there was talk back then of her being on the spectrum, if I'm not mistaken. I think I might have asked him that, but I don't remember.
Well, I thought I heard that too, but it's been a couple of number of years, so it could have been, I could have not heard right, but I was like, I could have swore I heard that she was on the spectrum, but I thought maybe I was wrong. What is wrong with you, boy? You were just walking around meowing for absolutely no reason. I mean, really.
That's so Matthias.
I mean, there's just nothing for him to be meowing about. Not anything. Yeah, now, she could have been very smart, and that could have been why she was always high energy, because she might have been bored. I mean, that is a thing. Okay. All right. Hi, Aussie. Hello.
It bumped her.
It bumped her again. We're so glad you're here. Okay, so I'll go back over here. I'll check back and see if you're up here in a second, Mandy.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I feel you explained. That's how I kind of feel. I went hard at the church before, but I kind of feel like that with everyone who is surrounded poor Summer, like for real.
Yep.
Silver tongue is back.
Did he? I don't know. I will say I don't think they were the best of parents. That's quite obvious.
That's what Jody Sue was calling me.
Huh?
That's what Jody Sue was calling me.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I think you're talking up to this point.
I'm not sure they've claimed to be the best of parents, really.
Yeah, I'm not 100, but doesn't Don call in or something on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up.
I don't know for sure though. I don't remember, but I thought he did. Yep. Oh yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm. Just so low though.
Oh yeah, because I'm on the computer and he's calling in on my phone because, well, I'm talking about the church, so.
Right.
Carl's asking some questions. I guess you've interviewed with Enchanted Life Path. Do you remember him, Carl? He's got some questions, but they're not really good ones. Do you want to answer them or no? Okay. I didn't know you interviewed with Carl before. I'll have to watch that. Tim Mullen. Tim Mullen let you interview with Carl? Wow.
Share. You're laughing at him.
Yeah.
Mullen, and you can't even get it out. You can't even.
Did you ask Daddy you could interview with him? Yeah.
I don't think they know if she had learning difficulties before she started school. Maybe some severe cases, yes, but I think she had ADHD or autism. It was high function. Yeah, she just seemed like she's just full of a lot of energy. I mean, which could have been just because she was just that type of child. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some kids just have more energy than others, but.
Well, and if you're put in your dungeon basement bedroom all the time or whatever, and you do get out, you're going to act a little crazy.
Yeah. You're going to be running free because you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you don't have structure, parents are always, three sheets to the wind. And
yeah. And, he always talked about, he always says, well, I think I have this vision of her in a hotel room or in a basement, and she's being mistreated. And I'm like, why? Because is that what you do? Do you hold her in the basement and mistreat her?
Right.
You're always talking about that. Always talking about that. And why would you even think about that if you have a missing child?
Like, I could see thinking those things, because, I mean, it'd be weird if you didn't think all the good, all the bad, everything, right? So I understand thinking that.
Yeah.
But how quickly he jumped to so dark was just within hours.
Yeah. But he talked about it a lot.
Yeah, so I can't, I don't think I feel like I'd be more like Seth Rogers, like, let's not go there so quick. And
Right.
to be honest, it's been a long time for Sebastian too. So the fact he's really trying to keep that out of his mind, like, that's kind of what I want to see publicly, or at least like wait like a month before you're talking about seeing her in the resurrection, not 72 hours or less.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's easier for you to say stuff like that because you know it's not happening.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever say that publicly until I had like really lost hope. Okay, I'm not finding them, and of course I'm gonna think everything bad, but I'm not sure I'd go there just 72 hours after. I wouldn't want to. I don't know what I'd do, I guess.
Yeah.
Isn't the basement slept naked?
Go ahead, Mandy. Say again.
Isn't the basement where he slept naked with his daughter?
Mm-hmm. It's true. And remember, he told me Candace would crash upstairs most of the time because she was high or drunk or both, and she would fall asleep upstairs, and so that he would be downstairs. And I remember being like, wait a minute, what? But you sleep naked, Candace said. Like, what the hell?
Yep. Well, we know that he does when they were in the hotel in Arkansas, because when the police showed up, she had to go in there and have him put his clothes on before the police could go in and look in the hotel room.
Let's just say I'm really glad he never videoed me naked, but he's definitely, him and Candace I've seen Candace in a bra and him in his boxers on a couch multiple times, and it was
Now,
not
Cher,
pretty.
we all know that is a lie. We know you are lying right now because Candace Bly does not wear a bra.
No, I think I saw her in a bra, but most of the time I saw her in the same freaking tank top. Maybe it was a tank top. I feel like I saw her in a sports bra once because I remember feeling ill.
I mean, if that was her shirt, maybe,
I think.
you know,
I
like
don't
if she was
know.
wearing a sports bra as a shirt, I could see that.
No, I swear I saw her in a bra once.
Was she getting choked?
Maybe it was a bathing suit top.
No, God, no.
I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, TMI, but she never wears a bra. So, you know, the song, Do Your Boobs Hang Low? You know, like.
Do they go to and fro?
Yeah, can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your boobs hang low? Okay, so I'm assuming that they hang pretty low. And putting those puppies in a sports bra, I can't even wear a sports bra because I feel like I'm being choked.
She
There's
probably
no
just
way.
puts them in her waistband.
Maybe it was a tank top, but I don't know. All I know is I saw something that I didn't ask to see.
It's one of those tank tops that have
Mark too. Mark said me too.
The built-in bra that really sucks. Nobody wears those unless
I wear those, but I'm petite up top. Okay, I can do that.
I cannot do that.
I cannot do that either.
And
I wear those with a bra. But to be fair, I don't have to roll mine up to put them in a bra either. So
me either. Yeah. Puts them in her, rolls them up, puts them in a waistband. That's what I'm saying.
Poor seclusion.
And neon lights.
Air.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Right?
Mark just pulled this up. I guess he's keeping it on his phone. You're welcome, Candace.
You what?
As long as Dawn keeps my ass picture and white boy. Mark's keeping this.
Oh,
It should be his
Mark.
background on every live stream that you guys do from here on out.
Make it his wallpaper. Look at me, Jean.
I'm so glad I sent it to him that night.
It didn't break the internet either.
Mimi says
Right.
Mark with a puke emoji.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Aren't you glad you
goodness.
don't have this? That's what Mark says every time he sees it. I am so glad.
We should write on that. We
Right.
should write across her boobs, say hashtag save Mark.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. You guys better make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. You're getting all these giggles over here.
And all these free shots of stuff you didn't think you were going to see tonight.
That's right. Boobies and all.
That's right.
Do you know why Tim Mullen posted something weird today on the Missing Summer Wells page saying that
Oh,
who
this
took
is
her next? It's
interesting.
real creepy.
Wait, hold
What
up.
is that?
What, Cher?
This is actually very interesting because I can tell you that Dawn's about to think differently about a post Tim made, and I know that behind the scenes, Dawn requested that Tim take it down, and Tim doubled down on it and posted again because he was upset that I guess I made Dawn upset about it. So very interesting here.
Oh. So Don asked him to take it down and Tim wouldn't do it.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, who took her next? And then it's like a shadow of a man holding a little kid arm. And it says, who took her next? No, I'll show you it. Oh, you have it? Okay. Okay, well, maybe I'm just not understanding what it means. It looks weird, right? Or no? You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Right, yes. Right? Right.
See,
It
I
kinda
see what you're
looks
saying
weird,
now.
especially he posted.
He says, I see what you're saying now, and I don't really like that he posts that.
That's what he said?
Yep.
And he didn't take it down.
Behind the scenes, Don asked him to take it down, and Tim doubled down on it and made another post after that about the post he made or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, he didn't. It's not Don that controls that Facebook page. It's 100% Tim Mullen.
So when Don was writing stuff on there, who was writing it? Was Don writing or was Tim Mullen writing?
It's Tim Mullen.
Yeah.
That right after the Vern guy said that Summer was being rented out every hour, and then that posting of who took her next. I was like, whoa, what does this mean? So I read that wrong, I guess. Sorry.
I can see what. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not that crazy.
We'll talk to him, see if he'll change that.
Okay. Yeah, that'd probably
When I
be
get
good.
off the phone with you, I'll say, yeah, people are saying that's a little weird.
Yeah, and obviously you don't really like it either. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I looked at it, but it didn't really get that way. But yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay. All right.
I don't think he meant it. He didn't.
Where is Don at with all that noise behind
That's Candace hollering in the back, and he's trying to hop in his truck or car to get the hell away from her to talk to me, I think.
you? Oh my God.
That used to happen all the time. One time she was out there taking pictures of him sitting in the truck talking to me and sharing them around. It was real weird.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
But that's Candace hollering in the back.
Seclusion said, "Are you kidding me? I rented out by the hour." Yep.
Yep.
I was like, "What is all that noise?" But now that you said it, I can recognize it as Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad we can't understand what she's saying.
Right. Or maybe not too bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know who the people they're talking about. 2 months ago, they put on the news that people close to Summer in the church were also in the suspect list, but you just don't know who that could be really then.
Who said that now?
It was on the news for,
Oh, yeah, we just played it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, you got to figure, they're trying to tell a story, and
So they
probably
want.
liable to say
Trying to
just
tell
about
the
anything.
story.
Just to tell a story. You know, people do it all the time. I mean,
We
I don't know why they would
Don.
mention the church or anything like that.
Mhm.
I probably, I don't think that's correct. I wouldn't, no.
Has any of the church had to do like lie detectors or anything?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
No.
So not the closest people, like not Tim Mullen, because I'm trying to think of who would be closest to Summer. Tim Mullen, Robin Lane, David Dotson, and maybe David Rader, the pastor.
Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah, you are.
And he didn't stop me from saying Tim Mullen didn't get to know Summer, by the way. Just saying, for a guy who entered the picture after the fact, I just said right there to him, and he didn't interject or nothing. So Tim Mullen got to know Summer, Robin Lane. Did he correct any of that? Does he? Or I don't know, maybe let it play, but I don't think so.
Nope. No, because that was putting eyes on other people besides him and Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Seclusion, what part did you want me to play again? Oh, you think you can hear it, Candace?
But it makes sense she's hollering in the back because I've got good questions right there.
Well, most of the time, wasn't she yelling in the background?
Oh, yeah. Or calling him whenever he got away from her.
The part where Don is in his truck, is that when Cher starts naming the people off as suspects?
I think we can hear his car.
She is yelling. Because she was yelling. Okay, let me see if I can go back. Let's try this. Let's see if this takes us far enough back.
I probably, I don't think that's correct. I wouldn't, no.
Has any of the church had to do like lie detectors or anything?
Probably not. That's probably not far enough.
First 2-year mark.
Oh yeah, you got to figure they're trying to tell a story, and
so they
probably liable to say just about anything, just to tell a story. You know, people do it all the time. I mean, I don't know why they would mention the church or anything like that. I probably, I don't think that's correct. I wouldn't, no.
Has any of the church had to do like lie detectors or anything?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
He's probably already away from Candace at this point, isn't he? Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll go back. Let's see.
Mimi. That was the rumor anyway. Yep.
That way, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay.
There she is.
All right.
I don't think he meant it. He didn't.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So we
yeah.
don't know who the people they're talking about. 2 months ago, they put on the news that people close to Summer in the church were also in the suspect list, but you just don't know who that could be really then.
Who said that now?
It was on the news for, Summer's 2-year mark.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to figure, they're trying to tell a story, and
So they
probably
want.
liable to say just about anything, just to tell a story. You know, people do it all the time.
Yeah, Don, like you.
I don't know why they would mention the church or anything like that.
Oh,
Really?
he didn't care they mentioned Grandis or the parents.
No, he don't want them to. He don't know why they mentioned the church. What, Mimi G? What'd she say?
She said if it's 5 o'clock, Candace is drunk. Or 5:30.
Where is she? Okay. If it's 5:30, Candace.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hmm?
I said it's 5 o'clock.
Is that what she's yelling?
It's apparently always 5 o'clock in Tennessee.
Back on in here.
At 110 Ben Hill Road, it's 5 o'clock 24/7.
Exactly.
Get your ass back on in here.
Get your grandma, get your cousins, and come hang over at 110 Ben Hill Road.
That's right.
The flop house. It's not a flop house, but it's a flop house.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. It's a good area to live in, but we got all kinds of drug dealers and stuff stolen.
24 registered sex offenders are our neighbors, but yeah, great place to live.
But we didn't know that there was that many, like 8 minutes down the road. No, you're right. They're closer than 8 minutes.
Yep.
Probably 8 feet.
That's the thing that always stuck out to me. I would say things to Don, like when I told him that Tennessee actually came even like a little bit higher up in the red zone for child trafficking more recently. Mm-hmm. I said it's in the 99%. I said it's a little bit even more above California now. Mm-hmm. Don freaking argued live with me about that. And I'm thinking, why, if you want people to believe she was abducted, you want them to think Tennessee is a hot spot, like, right?
Yeah.
It goes along with the narrative you've been selling since day one.
Mm-hmm.
But here you are arguing with me that I'm wrong. So how the hell? No, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
And remember, he was pissed that I said that.
In seclusion, I know. That's why I was laughing at what you got out of that. Well, that was hilarious. It sounds just like something she would say. So you're probably correct. She probably was saying that. It's the top 4 for human trafficking, in the top 4. Wow. Mm-hmm. Because it's there at a crossroads. Well, I don't know if you call it a crossroads, but it's like right there, corners, like 4 states, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's close to like North Carolina, Virginia.
Yep.
So it's really easy right there, is what I was told. I don't know. I haven't been to that area, but I haven't been to Tennessee, as a matter of fact. I'm from Tennessee, and I like to panel hop.
I've been there, but I don't love admitting that anymore because they all tie me to the wells somehow.
Maybe it's Pennsylvania. Where am I from, Mandy?
Yeah.
Well, it depends, I guess, on the day and the drink.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And the human.
Well, it seems to be just one human that's confused. But.
Right. Florida, Nevada, Texas, New York, Tennessee, and North Carolina.
Well, don't feel bad. Yes. You know, I'm over in Great Britain and all.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shucks. I've only been accused of being in Indiana. That's where I live.
How's
You remember, Mandy? Don flipped out on me on a live, and he was like, "Your ass over in Great Britain."
Yep.
What?
Well, Mandy, we'll have to find a place to put you. We'll have to
Can't it-
displace you somewhere since I've been displaced and
Can
Cher's
it be
been
someplace
displaced.
pretty?
No,
Like
it's
Hawaii?
Idaho. Idaho. World of potatoes for you.
Hey, I would go to Idaho as long as I can go to Fruitland and help search for Monkey Michael Vaughn. That would be okay with me.
All right, Idaho it is.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Mimi Jean, you're from Alberta, Canada. I didn't know that. Listen, you
What
two,
up, Mimi?
fighting. Go over there and hiss at each other.
Uh-oh.
I heard that hiss.
You hear her?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how she talks to the boy cat.
To be fair, we just played Candace, and that's how I sound after too. Yeah, that's about it.
It's
Canadian
bad energy.
in Virginia. Okay. Tinsel. Would you do that over there? Please?
She said, heck no, I'm going to stay right here
And he's
until
not
I
doing
make my
anything.
point.
He
Did
is.
you say Tinsel?
Yeah, that's her name. Tinsel.
I don't think that should be her name.
Yeah, I found her on Christmas Day. I rescued her. She was in a field. And that's how she got her name.
I'm going to call her Mufasa.
But Salem is in the chair that she can't even see, and she's just growling. She can't even see him. He's over here in a chair, covered up, and she can't even see him. And so she's still fussing.
So funny.
Gosh.
Cats are funny.
Yeah, they probably do this at night when I'm not in here because, this is my she shed. They live in here. So there's no telling what they do when I'm not in here besides tear crap up. Knock chairs down, and I'll come in here and the ladder will be on the floor, and bottles will be, that I keep stuff in. I'll be all over the floor. Candles will be on the floor. My crystals will be on the floor.
Oh, she's spicy.
Yeah. Well, it's Salem. It's the baby kitty that does it.
Oh, that sounds just like Matthias.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Do your cats freaking have to shovel all their food out of their bowl all over the floor before they eat it?
Yeah, they've got 2 bowls over there.
Matthias is the only one that does that here.
The food ain't in them. I don't know what. I don't even know why they have a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mandy, you got to pass through
Minnesota?
Yeah. From Indiana to Idaho. Oh my goodness. Pick me up on the way, please.
Yeah.
I will be more than happy.
You got some traveling to do.
And I have a Suburban XL. I can see 8, so I can pick up 7 along the way.
There you go. Salem, you listen to me. You better not get in that laptop. Yeah. Stay off the computer. Yep, my cat. What's that say? My cat. Oh, yeah. Well, see, Salem's a ginger kitty, and that's all I need to say. Yeah. She's ginger cat. He is something. All right.
I had one of those.
Yeah. He is. I've never had a ginger kitty. Yeah, I have. It's been a while, though. It's about 10 years since I've had one. But it was a female, not a male. And she was really calm. He is not. He's not. All right, here we go.
Has any of the church had to do like lie detectors or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
So not the closest people, like not Tim Mullen, because I'm trying to think of who would be closest to Summer. Tim Mullen, Robin Lane, David Dotson, and maybe David Rader, the pastor.
No. when all this first happened, of course, Robin was trying to be supportive and help us.
Yeah.
We were brokenhearted. We were freaking out. That's Summer's Saturday school teacher. That's
Right. Yeah. Sabbath school.
That's her Sabbath school teacher. Of course, she's going to be concerned, and of course, she's going to come out here and console us and try to help us, and that's what Robin did. That's her nature. That's the only reason that she was open and honest, because we was trying to find answers, and she was right there with us, being our good friend.
Yeah.
That's all that. That's how Robin became involved, because she has a heart and she cares. That's what. That's why she was so involved. And it was.
Do y'all have that clear why Robin was so involved? Mandy, do you have it clear? Do you know why?
No, I zoned out for just a second. I was looking for something.
You didn't hear how many times Dawn said that it was why Robin was such involved? You wasn't listening?
No, I missed it. I'm looking through my summer photo album right now because I thought that I had the screenshot of the post that said who will find her next or who took her next. I'm trying to find it and I'm getting frustrated because I can't find it, and I just zoned out for a second.
When Dawn says no, reminds me of Candace in the car and Summer's arm still. Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, Mimi Jean. Yep. Well, listen, I will go back so y'all can hear him say it like 10 times.
I'm sorry.
Sure. Okay, let's see.
Honest, because we was trying to find answers, and she was right there with us. Just being our good friend.
Yeah.
That's all that. That's how Robin became involved, because she has a heart and she cares.
Oh, okay.
That's why. That's why she was so involved.
She was very involved before Summer got gone, just saying.
But you see, now y'all know why she's so involved, because she's got a heart and she was caring.
Yeah.
She was right there, run to help.
But what kind of mother with a heart makes her own daughter jealous over another little girl?
Yeah. And Tim Mullins didn't take a lie detector test. Maybe he should have.
Well, Dawn's saying he didn't, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
And it was so scary. And, like her husband was she might bring her little girl over here with her, and
her husband, I heard from Robin, didn't really like that. Didn't really know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't. I wouldn't. I mean, even everybody was flipped out for a long time.
What?
Did she stop bringing
She's
her
not
daughter
hearing
over
what
there,
I'm
or
saying.
She had to kind of bring the daughter there, I suppose.
We just
keep.
What? Did you say something, Cher?
Yeah, he is. No. What are you saying? He's not hearing
what you're saying.
He's not hearing at all what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he is, and he's just I'm throwing him totally off guard with what's coming out of my mouth, maybe.
Yeah, because you said Robin's husband didn't want his little girl there.
Yeah, and he's saying, yeah, right? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, why would you admit that?
And so why did she continue doing it?
Yeah. Because she still did. I don't know how many more times she came up there, but.
I mean, she's still going around him.
Now she's still going around in present day.
Dawn is a talker, not a listener. I've noticed that in a lot of the interviews that he does. He'll half-ass listen to the question if he hears it at all, if he's not too busy already talking. And he does that a lot in the interviews. He has his mindset of what he wants to get out, even if it starts out with, "What's the temperature today, Dawn?" Then it goes
Oh yeah.
into, a whole story about how he's the victim and poor boohoo me. That wasn't the question, Dawn. He doesn't listen.
Right. And you can't throw too much at him though, or I don't know if he gets confused or he just can't process too many.
No, he's just an idiot.
Okay.
Watch, every time it wraps around too, somehow we always get to, and I'd just like to say Chris McDonough and whatever, and then F my stepsisters, like, even though I confess to what they're saying, like, somehow it always gets back around to that too.
Yeah, I know.
Even though, like Mandy said, we'll be saying, "Oh, the sky is blue, Dawn." No, well, I'd like to say something to Chris McDonough's lame ass, whatever. Like, dude, what?
Only has one ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And speaking of, I just found a post when I was trying to find that post made about who took her next, but I'm not able to find it, so I don't know if I have it or not. But I did post that is from time frame, and it says it was posted in Facebook in the Summer Wells, Tennessee Missing Updates and Discussion group on September 13th, 2021. And Cher, you made the post for Dawn, but it says Donald Wells statement. And it's
oh yeah, you
interesting.
texted me.
It's very long. It looks like it's multiple pages long. One, like, I don't know, 5 screenshots to get it. And it starts out, to whomever this may concern, and not to be mean, but it seems like it's concerning everyone, but that is okay. I can share it after yeah. And it has some like, it's unedited. It has the R word in here. It has the graped word in here. It's talking about his stepsisters, of course. So I can read it after we get done playing this if you want me to. I'll put it on
I feel like
Canvas.
you should read it now.
Yeah, you can read it now. Yeah.
Okay, well, hang on. I got it on Canvas so I can.
Do you want me to bring this one down so you can bring that one up?
Yeah, give me just a second. I'm trying to get it onto my phone so I can pull it up.
Okay.
On my laptop here.
Okay. Eve, make sure you're dropping your link too.
Eve is doing such a good job on dropping the links. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to make sure she's dropping hers. And also get my sub count up and then I'll be monetized.
Woohoo!
Yeah, like 100. What? 100 and.
Let's see, I got, what is it, 347, I think.
347.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go live, do you go into the into your YouTube studio?
Yes.
And do anything from there?
Yes.
Do you set it? You don't set it on subscribers only in the chat, though, do you?
No, I don't even know how to do that.
Okay, I'll walk you through that. Because that should definitely be done. Because as you grow, more trolls are coming in, and that'll help keep the trolls out. I always set mine for 10 minutes. And that way you have to be subscribed to my channel for at least 10 minutes before you can come in the chat. And that helps weed out people, so that people that are there are actually subscribed. They listened for 10 minutes before they were able to chat. So that means they really want to be there. And, it just kind of helps in all aspects like that. So,
well, y'all are managing mods. Y'all can go in there and do it, can't you?
No.
Oh, dang. Okay.
No. Mods don't get control of your studio. Thank the Lord.
Okay. You'll have to tell me how to do it.
I don't think we can do it. Community. Oh, yes. Yes, we can. Participant mode. Subscribers. Any duration. We'll do 10 minutes. And yes, we can. I just changed
We
it. Woo, woo.
can't. No way.
Okay.
Yes,
cool.
we can.
Because I put you as managing mod.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we got it.
Put you and Cher as Mandy and Cher as managing mods.
I have to do that.
Because y'all know what the heck y'all are doing, and if I don't, y'all will.
I found that it's really helpful. It just keeps the trolls out. And I don't know, when you just were talking about your subscriber count and stuff, I was like, wait a minute. Because you just want to make sure, you never know when those trolls are going to come in.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to make this pretty big because the print is so small here. Okay, so you can see here, it's on the screen, right? September 13th, 2021. More ramblings from Dawn is what the girl said that posted it. But
it's true.
And it right here 1 hour ago. So Donald Wells' statement: to whomever this may concern, and not to be mean, but it seems like it is concerning everyone, but that is okay, because all the lies are really starting to concern me and my wife also. I am here not to harass anyone. Let's get that off the table right now. Okay. I am here due to the fact I am being harassed, bullied, and attacked over nothing but lies, and lies I know nothing about until someone starts questioning me upon them. Want to talk about SA? It seems to me my stepsisters and Chris the Lisp like trying to catch me up or trying to catch me with my Chris the Lisp.
Chris the Lisp, yeah.
Oh my God.
The good old Lisp. Chris the Lisp and my stepsisters are trying to catch me with my pants down, even if they have to use bold-faced lies to do it. That
Why does
sentence,
the pants
right?
gotta be down?
Right. Like, why try to catch me up? Or, that's what I started to say was try to catch me up. But he was going the whole other direction with his pants being down.
Well, that automatically tells you where his mind's at.
Yeah, so he has a fear of being caught with his pants down.
Yeah, because he probably has been.
Yep.
Well, he's been caught sniffing panties or something like that, didn't
Probably
he?
been caught with his underwear and his pants down.
Stealing them, yeah, and probably sniffing them or wearing them. I don't know.
Gross.
Well, I don't know. Why else do you do that?
Why else would you say that? Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Where's Mimi's team to make the throw up faces? Come on, Mimi Jean. We have
right.
throw up faces.
That's right. It's about time for those. Okay, so I'll read the last sentence one more time. Want to talk about SA? It seems to me my stepsisters and Chris the Lisp like trying to catch me with my pants down, even if they have to use bold-faced lies to do it. What does that say about Chris? In truth, makes me sick to think about it. Mary still condones and upholds the deviant behaviors of a man who not only SA'd my biological sister, but also they'd and graped her. My evil stepsister is a great self-manipulator. If she truly believes this unwarranted act of was anything other than just that. Moreover, yeah, this really sounds like Donald Wells.
Right.
Moreover, don't get me started on that bad. Okay, then I have to make this one small so I can pull up the next one.
Moreover.
Who says that?
All I did was copy and paste, by the way. I didn't write that.
I mean, he is. This is definitely not him talking, but I mean, there was, we knew for a while that he wasn't the one that was writing his statements.
Right.
So who knows who wrote this one for him, but I'm trying to make it big enough so that you guys can see it too. All right. Oh, this is the full thing here. Okay. Moreover, don't even get me started on that bad breath lie. What?
What? A bad breath lie?
That's moreover, don't even get me started on that bad
This
breath
text to
lie.
type, like talking. Is he talking and it just texting it out for him? And don't understand.
Maybe. Oh, I bet maybe.
I was out having a smoke. I almost peed.
And there's the puke emojis. Thank you,
There's-
Mimi G.
That's what we were waiting on.
Between those and the eye roll emojis, the chat should be full right now, right? Okay. So moreover, don't even get me started on that bad breath lie about my biological sister ever apologizing to you, Mary, for being a victim of rape at the hands of your demented old man. My evil stepsister also failed to mention that my biological sister is only 1 year older than Jeannie, and her old man was around the same age as Mary and I, if not older. Yet Chris the List McDonough failed to express these concerns and invoke the Hippocratic oath every true law enforcer would have addressed and not wavered in. He didn't write this. He didn't write this shit.
No. And by the way, Chris McDonough is already long enough name. Why are we crystal listing McDonoughing? Like, no, thank you. Damn it, Don.
Why can't he just go say Chris M? Just get past it. Move on, Don. Move on.
Well, he spelled his last name right, so that's how one way I know he didn't write this.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, he got one over on Don, and he cannot get past it.
Oh yeah, Chris caught his number from the jump. I mean, it made Don so mad.
Yeah. That's why he couldn't let nobody else up there, because he had allowed Chris up there, and that was too much.
Yep. Okay, this pledged must have simply been another sense of inconvenience or obstacle to hurdle before getting the power associated with the badge and gun, and ultimately illustrated Chris the Lisp McDonough's true professional agenda. In parentheses, money, badge, protection for oneself, and way to bully innocent people. I'm about to throw up myself.
Look what Mimi Jean put.
It's definitely Tim Mullen writing this, or
If Don's underwear looks anything like the sheet on the mattress.
Oh my gosh, Mimi Jean, dang it. I get mental.
Marlena washes his underwear because Candace don't wash clothes, remember? Marlena washed all the clothes.
Candace doesn't wash clothes or her ass, according to Dawn.
So there you go.
But you know,
I need a stomach elixir.
Tums. My little 5-year-old daughter has been kidnapped, and how many times has Chris the Lisp McDonough utilized his platform to... Okay, I can't read that last part. It looks like it says to make money.
That's a long post for Facebook.
Well, no, it was Cher posted it on her channel on our community tab.
Okay. I was like,
and somebody screenshot it and put it on Facebook.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But it's it's long, period. That's why I know he did. I don't know. I guess it could have been written by him because he is very long-winded like this. But I don't know. I don't think it's
No.
him.
You don't have
No.
enough, you don't have enough nose in there. No, no.
I mean, it came from Don's number, but I don't think it was him.
Right. Okay, so how many times has Chris the List McDonough utilized his platform to raise money in regards to her reward? The answer is not once, and yet he is OW too ready to promote and support any type of GoFundMe my evil stepsisters want to open. He has no problem aiding and abetting my evil stepsister drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and Mary's old man's essay and full-blown grape upon a minor. That's one hell of an allegation.
Yeah, and why didn't he call the law then? If he knew about all that, why did Don not call the law then?
Yeah.
Right.
Cinderella. That's what he sounds like. Evil stepsister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nailed it. Okay. They were even talking about how my kids would benefit from living with my evil stepsisters after hearing all this. I don't know about all of you, but I have observed more than a couple red flags here, and I think we are getting close to a bingo chip in regards to Chris the List McDonough and his lack of professional and personal ethics.
He's trying to throw shade at Chris McDonough, always saying, put a bingo card on that, but Dom's just talking about one single bingo chip.
Oh, right. I was wondering where. I was like,
Chris McDonough, Chris the List has the whole card, though. Don.
Yep.
Or
I was like, who talks putting a bingo chip on something? I have never. I mean, you don't hear people throw that around every day.
Yep. That's one of Chris McDonough's things is, what's he always say? How does he say it? Something about oh my, in chat has to know.
I know he always says, you should see me drive. And it's always kind of made me want to see him drive.
Are you talking about Chris McDonough?
Yeah.
He did drive in one of his times when he was in Tennessee. He drove around.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
The hood of
I
his
think
truck.
I did watch that. We did see him drive. And I don't remember needing Pepto-Bismol like when anytime Dawn had me on video in the car. Could you imagine actually being in the car?
I need Dramamine when I watch Dawn.
For real.
Right?
I mean, motion sickness ain't the word.
Yeah. And not only that, but he doesn't put his damn seatbelt on. And Mark gives me such a shit for that.
Dings the whole damn time.
Yeah. 13 minutes of dinging.
Oh my God. That's all. It's all he's driving like a bat out of hell, and he's letting that thing ding.
Yes.
So he's keeping you so disoriented and mad you're not even paying attention. You forget to look because you're aggravated.
Is that a coincidence? I bet not.
You have to turn the volume off, and that'll help some. But then, you mute it, but then you just got to put up the seasickness and the motion sickness of him driving.
But imagine me in the vehicle with him. If he wanted to kidnap somebody, he wouldn't have any problems.
Remember that town? What store was doing that? Was that Walmart? No Frills? They played this obnoxious, buzzing noise through the speaker, and it was really weird. Me and Mark both at the same time, hearing it. It got us both, very crabby till we walked out of the store, right until they stopped it. It was bad. It was actually making both of us angry.
I'd call a taxi cab before I drive with his butt.
Right?
I trust the taxi cab driver more than I trust him.
I don't. Well, yeah, driving around mountain tops like that. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's hard enough, sitting passenger princess riding around hills like that. There's no way. No way I would do it in the car with him.
Mm-mm.
No. The only other scary place of being in the car with Dawn and riding around mountains is, those long ass stretches of road that go through the oceans, like in Florida. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be with Dawn while I was in the car on that.
And I don't know why he'd get a car like that to go to live where he lives. You'd think a truck would do better, but he barreled up that driveway in that little Subaru. I was like, oh my God.
Well, a lot of people in that cult, church, no, I mean cult. A lot of people in that cult all drive that car, so that's very interesting.
But it has 4-wheel drive.
That brand or that color?
Yeah, it does have 4-wheel drive, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know why a red one, and I don't know, but yeah, a lot of the church folk drive that exact same car, just in different colors and gears, I guess.
Because you can see car share.
Yeah, if
that's
it's red,
why.
It stands out better.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what Don said. He drove the red car because you can see a red car better than you can see the white truck.
Gifted or whatever, get a new car, daughter goes missing. The missing pictures are her in a red dress. You got a red Subaru, Red Shoe Society, really pissed Robin Lane off a video made about the church and Red Shoe Society and conspiracies. She was very upset about that video. I don't know. Red in the trafficking world's huge. But I don't know. That's just conspiracy side of me talking.
Yeah, a couple of red trucks that got stuck out that way.
Yeah, red was definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The shed was red.
Yeah.
We could keep going.
Yep. Okay, here we go. These types of behavioral projections are even frowned upon by the worst criminals. Know that? I think he might also be getting RV fever because his mind is totally messed up. What is RV fever?
I don't know if he's talking about because Chris McDonough drives around in an RV or something, or a trailer, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. That makes sense from being trapped in the RV or whatever.
I didn't know what Chris McDonough went in, so I didn't.
Yeah, he got a, I don't remember what brand it is, but they basically sponsored him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I also don't know if conversing. Yeah, this is done. I also don't know if conversing with Chris the Lisp McDonough is making Mary stupider or vice versa, but they are both starting to sound as if they are on the same level. All I do know is it isn't very educational for us. Anyway, the new trash talk is that I messed up by saying Jeannie destroyed my relationship while I was in another state. Truth is, she did.
What?
Do tell.
Right.
So I remember him saying that because it was insinuated, I believe, by the sisters that he left the girlfriend in Texas and went back home to be with Jeannie. But he says here, she kept calling and saying that she and my family really missed me. She had me believing things might have changed in that hellhole, but it didn't. What they missed was their whipping boy. Poor victim. They wanted me back in order to get all the negative attention off all the negative stuff they love doing and we're doing. Okay, maybe you did this. Because he put where instead of were. Like lying, stealing, partying, etc. I was on probation and trying to get my life together. The only mistake I made was believing her lies and returning back to that hellhole, thinking they really might have started missing and really caring about me.
Oh.
They didn't care because they didn't even care about oneself. And it took me years to understand that. How this got misconstrued into some R word, SA stuff, I do not know and do not care anymore. But what I do care about is finding my kidnapped daughter and putting my family back together. So from here on out, my goodness.
He's sick of the shit too.
Oh my gosh.
That was
Go
good
ahead,
timing. You're going to get Don in here. He's going to hear the cat fight and be like, what?
Do you not like Don Will's little story?
Oh.
All right then. Well,
there's your answer.
There we go. Well, you gotta chill for a little longer.
We're almost done. Almost done. This one and one more, and I don't even know that we have all of it. Okay. Let's see. What I do care about is finding my kidnapped daughter and putting my family back together. So from here on out, please do not ask me anything about that step. I left that hellhole years ago and got my life together. When?
What? I was going to say, whose life is he talking about?
Got his life together. Okay, then. My life may not much, but it is a lot compared to the hellhole I lived in for way too long. Thank you for allowing me to step up and clear up another unwarranted lashing coming from that hellhole. I wish they would just leave me and my family alone. Where is love, kindness, caring? Because it was all I was ever seeking and unable to find until I married Candace and started a real family of my own.
Oh, puking. Okay, Mimi Jean, throw the pukes out.
Right, Mimi Jean? Cue the emojis. I think we need the laughy emojis because he got his life together. And the pukey emojis because Candace was his first real whatever.
The cat has spoken, that's right.
Exactly.
Hi, Appalachian Skies.
And spoken loudly, too.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you, Mimi Jean. She gave us some extra ones in there, didn't she? We lost Cher. We did lose Cher.
She's not going to be able to hear the rest of the words.
Oh, Seclusion threw some in there for us, too.
And the laughy emojis. Thank you. All right, let's see.
Wondering how, she threw a stop sign up there. She done had enough. Like, whoa, stop with that.
I didn't say hi to everybody either. I saw Aussie and Wandering Hearts and Appalachian Skies, and I said hi to Seclusion and Eve and all the beautiful people in chat.
Yes.
I love the beautiful
perfectly
people.
Fine, Appalachian Skies. I know you have to get up and go to work. Not a problem at all. But you hear that all of this commotion is that ginger kitty. I want you to know, Appalachian Skies, it's the ginger kitty. And Tinsel. And she knows what I mean by ginger kitty. She's got two.
Oh my goodness.
Ginger kitties.
I had one growing up and his name was Butterball.
See, she knows exactly which one it is. Salem.
Yep,
it's Salem. That's right.
Rotten.
He knocked the ladder down. He knocked my moon water bottles off the top shelf. None of the other cats have never been up there, but Salem has. He knocked a picture off the wall because he was chasing something that was flying. That dang cat.
Uh-oh. Cher sent me
Did she get stuck? She's going to bed?
No, she sent me the picture of the post that I was looking for of
okay.
Yeah. So I'm putting that on page 2 in this presentation that I have pulled up right now. We're almost done with this post too. We're almost at the end.
Don made my sappy investment stock rise by point. Well, hey, you're making some money.
Okay. So now they're on page 2. And there we go. Okay. All right. So where was I? Back to this pukey mess. Here we go. Where is love, kindness, caring? Because it was all I was ever seeking and unable to find until I married Candace and started a real family of my own. I'm a real boy. Now the same devil that destroyed my childhood family is back trying to destroy my real family again. Leave me alone. You
Oh my
twisted
God.
my words. But from now on, everything I say will be in writing where it cannot be twisted, but read by everyone for oneself to understand. Thank you again, and good night, Don Wells.
Well, first of all, Mr. Don Wells, that was all self-inflicted. You cannot blame Chris the List for that. That is your fault. And the fact that it was brought back up is things always come back up, whether you want them to or not. So don't blame anybody for that but yourself.
Amen.
What happened to his first wife, Pam? I think they just got a divorce, Mimi Jean. I think that's, but I think
Yeah.
she's still alive though. Or
Yeah,
she
I'm
was
pretty
when Summer
sure.
went missing.
I'm pretty sure she is. But yeah, they got a divorce after Don had tried to sell Donnie Jr. on the street for drugs,
Yeah.
and after Pam and Don both were going to sell Margie to Mary and her husband.
Yeah.
I think it was going to be for like $3,000 or I forget. I'm pretty sure that Mary gave an amount, but I don't remember the exact
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can sharpen this up a little bit so it's easier to see it.
But she's older than Candace, isn't she? His first wife.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Candace is like 19 years younger than Dawn.
Hi, Chapstick. How you been?
Chapstick.
Love, kindness, and caring sounds familiar. Evening, I have to rewind. How have you been? Good to see you.
We missed you the other night. I was
Yes,
hoping you would.
she's living with Dawn's son. I mean, he never said her name, just Candace. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Mary Jane. I see what you're saying. Yeah, he never mentioned how his life was when he was married to her, did he? Or had her. I see what you're saying. Sorry.
Right. Right.
That
Okay,
totally went
so
over my head. I'm sorry.
and so here it is. It doesn't have the date on it. It just says 2 days ago on the Find Summer Wells page.
Oh, that's what Tim Mullins posted.
Yes, this is what they were on the phone call. Hi,
Yeah.
Mrs. Smith. And so he said, we have no idea how Summer Wells got off the property. What we want to know is who got her next. And then this is the picture, and it says who got her next here with the picture.
Well, we, in my opinion, allegedly, he probably knows more than we know.
Quite possibly. And I also, the other night when we were live, I think it might have been after you had gone to bed, Tammy, but I was talking about Candace and her teeth. Were you still on panel?
No, I was not, because when I left, y'all were talking about the tattoos.
Okay. Well, we talked about her teeth a little bit. I think it was I'm positive it was after that then, because we talked about her tattoos again before I ended the stream.
Okay.
We were really focused on that too. But I had also talked about when Candace went to Dr. Phil, they pulled out all the teeth that she had left and they got her dentures, or not dentures, but implants. And she had
Oh,
the
that's
implants
right.
put in, but then
Yeah.
those got infected also. So after Dr. Phil and they got back home from California, she had to have all of those implants removed. And I said, you know, teeth pain is the worst pain. I think I would rather have 10 more kids than have something wrong with my teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the worst feeling ever. I mean, it makes everything bad.
Mhm.
So, but there were people that didn't realize that Candace got new teeth when she went on Dr. Phil. And I didn't even remember that I had this picture, but this is when Candace was in the dentist and she was getting her new teethers. It looks like it was right after she had gotten her new teethers put in. And her has a big old smile with her teethers showing.
Oh, yeah. And then she had to have them taken out.
Uh-huh.
And then what happened?
Well, that's the end of the story that I'm aware of. I don't know if she ended up getting dentures, or I don't think she ever got any new implants or anything. So, she's either toothless or she has dentures, but she had to have them taken out.
And implants are no fun.
Oh, no. No. I had a friend who got implants. She only got the uppers done because it was like $7,000 just for the uppers to be done. And that's why, like, it blew me away. Dr. Phil's paying a dentist, a dental surgeon or whatever to put uppers and lowers in her mouth for free to be on
Yeah.
his show. And she couldn't keep them clean enough to
Yeah.
not get infected a few weeks later.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. You put 15 grand in my mouth and I'm
Yeah.
gonna treat it like it's 15 grand,
Like
okay?
I paid for it. I'm gonna treat it like I paid for it.
Right,
Not somebody
exactly.
else paid for it. Yeah.
Yep.
Chapstick said, "Been good, thanks. I hope you ladies are good. Sorry, Mandy, I was working."
Oh, I figured. That's okay. I'm sorry that we weren't able Friday night, I wasn't able to do, and, I had major back issues. Tammy can vouch for me. We talked about it, but it was so bad. I had to postpone it until Saturday night. So I was worried that you might have had plans. So that's okay. We're going to keep trying to do every Friday from here on until we get through with the timeline that you made up with Summer on Summer's case. And then after that, we're going to switch to Michael Vaughn's timeline on his case. So do a little mini series of that too.
Candace is the name of a worm.
Oh my goodness.
So good. Mimi Jean says she has none. No teethers.
Well, I guess she better ask Santa for her 2 front teethers then.
All right then.
For Christmas is my 2 front teeth.
Mm.
I know I don't want to make fun of her or, like, my only question is, how did you let them get infected like that,
Yeah, not
Because
brushing them or what?
Right. Because that's just, that's lack of hygiene.
Yeah.
Unless the dentist did something wrong or,
Unless they
like
abscessed.
right. It could be. I don't
I don't even
know.
know if that would happen
Blows
because
my mind.
they're not real teeth. they're. I don't know.
When they do the implants, they put post, like they screw post
Yeah,
into your jawbone.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they're not teeth. They're porcelain teeth. They're
Right.
yeah. Does
They're
anyone
metal
know when the
post.
hospital visit with Robin was by chance? The weird one. I'm down this week for sure. the hospital visit with Robin.
I don't. I know Chapstick has talked about that before, and I don't even think I've ever seen that. So
I will write that down and we can ask Cher if she knows.
Okay.
She might be listening still and she might be asleep, but when the hospital visit.
She might have it.
Down. That's what yeah. Was Robin in the hospital or was Robin visiting?
I think Robin was visiting Candace, if I recall correctly what Chapstick had said. And then the other thing that we had talked about, I believe it was on the timeline when we were looking at the milk images. And we had talked about Dawn had posted the picture of Summer on the milk. And I had never remembered seeing that myself.
Mm-hmm.
But just so happens I had seen it myself at one point or another because I had a screenshot of it and I found it and it's right here. And, oh, it just says 1 hour ago. I thought it had the date on it. I'll have to go back and look at the original to see the date. But I tried to sharpen it up, I guess, because it's blurred. And so that's why it looks that way. But it's the full picture of when they were stopped because you can see the window is open and the tailgate is open. And you can see the blue trash toter back there.
Oh, yeah, see that. Yep.
Yep. So Dawn did post it.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize that he had.
That would be extremely painful and take a very long time to heal. They would have to remove all the implants. I feel for anyone who has to go through that. Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. I couldn't imagine.
I was shocked I didn't have it. Candace was supposedly there. Okay. I thought I thought she had an abscess, so they had to do veneers. Then some ladies that Robin knew paid to have them all pulled. Wow. So Dr. Phil didn't pay to have them pulled?
No, he paid to get them in, but once they got infected, he was done.
Once they were put in, his obligation was done, wasn't it?
Yes.
The one they took Candace to the hospital in her PJs. Robin and her daughter got ballooned. Oh, okay. So this would have been for Candace's mouth then.
No, Chapstick, wasn't it Candace supposedly having a heart attack?
Oh.
Or a stroke or something like that?
By the way, Vicky, nice to see you. Glad you're here.
Yes, and hi, Vicky. Yeah, Wandering Hearts. If it was the one from the alleged heart problems, it was February 3rd, 2023. It was posted on Dawn Wells' family official Summer's 7th birthday. Okay, let me pull that website up. Oh, no, wait, that's on YouTube. The Dawn
They
Wells.
couldn't pull them because of the infection. Okay.
Yeah, they had to get rid of anytime you have an infection in your mouth, they won't do anything to it until they get rid of the infection first.
The hospital was a different time. Yes, it was fake. I heard the time she went for her heart. You heard that was fake. She really didn't go. Is that what you're talking about, Mimi Jean? Good to see you also. Very good. Glad to see you, Vicky.
Okay, wait. It was Wandering Hearts. Was it a video? Because there aren't any community posts on the Dawn Wells family official channel. They only have videos and live streams. Unless you mean on the website, the Find Summer Wells website. Let me look at the videos here. Oh, wait, here. Okay.
I remember Rob Lane asking for money to get her teeth fixed. Okay.
I found it. It's this one.
Not surprised.
So this was her cards for summer. This was her 7th birthday. February 3rd. Look, it has exactly 15,000 views. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Every summer's day Candace was, yeah. Imagine that, huh?
Right. Oh, they're making the cake.
She has had a heart thing since birth, I do believe. Not sure if it was related. Robin was there. Machines were off. Oh. Okay.
There's that crazy dress that they put on the swing.
Oh, that's just, I don't even have something for that.
Is that at Warriors? At the swim hole? Yep. Ooh, this is eerie.
It is. Who made it?
A.F. Pennington, and it said at the very beginning. And it's just playing rainy. A.F. Pennington and Robin Lane.
What's it showing a bunch of branches and rain?
Right. Well, they're at the swim hole, but...
Yeah, but still.
I know. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
It is unsettling. Because they are portraying her as past.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you believe your child has been picked up by somebody, you're not treating them as their past. You're treating them as you want to find them.
Right.
This is not showing that. This is like a memorial, like someone has passed. That's what that is.
Yep. Now here's them at the hospital. And it's still playing the song. No words. They got a doggy balloon. And Candace laying in bed with her hat on.
Really?
Really?
Stop it. Sure, seclusion.
Weird and very
Everything
right?
is yeah. Mm-hmm. Down to her teeth that she don't have.
Yep. Oh, here, I saw this part. I don't know where I saw this, but I saw this because I thought this is the most...
so creepy. That is so creepy.
Yes.
That's like a daggone horror movie.
Right.
See, there is nothing about that is anything.
Like we should see Jason coming out of the woods or something behind the dress.
Who would think to do that?
I don't know.
That just makes me mad. That doesn't make me say, oh, such a cool... That is not... No.
Right.
But
Sorry,
Robin,
I know it's
because someone took her picture before. Oh.
It's playing glitchy. I apologize, you guys. My Wi-Fi sucks.
That's Robin's daughter with the balloons. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Well, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was and AF Pennington does a really good job with videos and stuff. So, like, I know the creative side came from her, but and then thanks to the Wells family for granting permission to film on the property.
I think that was for her birthday, wasn't it, Mandy, or was it for to mark? Yeah. Okay.
It's Summer Wells' 7th birthday.
Yeah, this February, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer Wells' 7th birthday, February 4th, 2023.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. I've never seen it all the way through, I guess, because the only part I remember is the dress on the swing.
Yeah, that and wasn't there lights or something she had put around it?
Well, that was recently.
Okay, she went back and put those around it, the little lights or something like that. Yeah.
That was just like a couple months ago. This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
This was 2023. Because now Summer would be 9.
Yeah.
She would have just turned 9 on February 4th.
Yeah, we were talking about the picture earlier because it's in the first part of this video that I'm reviewing, and the age progression.
Yes.
We were talking about how none of us liked it.
Doesn't look anything like her.
Nope. And they were saying, that they only do it. They have to be missing for 2 years. Okay, I get it. But even at that, that's too old for her.
Yeah.
That's like a 12-year-old child.
Right.
And so if you do it every 2 years, she's going to be 9, but you're doing it every 2 years. So if you've already done it and she looks 12, the next one you do, she's going to be like 16.
Right.
And she's only going to be 9. She's not going to look like that.
Right. She's going to look like a grown woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mimi Jean, her 4 years of missing is in June, but her birthday was in February.
Mm-hmm.
And she was 5 when she vanished, just poof, vanished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, poof, just gone.
Yep. But yeah, I saw that.
Definitely put in a car, according to Don. She had to have been, because that's where her scent ends up, is down the road.
That little angel solar light, I wonder if it's still there. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
And that picture, I don't know.
It says to me that that's a memorial for a child that is missing.
Right.
And I mean, a child that is no longer with us. And I know what they'll say. No, this is a picture of God watching over Summer till she comes home. No,
I disagree.
That is not what you mean. And we know that's what you mean.
If it was God watching over Summer, it would have been a picture of Summer by herself with God above her or behind her or, beside her or something, not sitting there with his hand on her head like that.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yep. No, you're not distracting us, Chapstick, at all. No. That's what we're here for. That's why we're all here talking about different things. You did not distract us. No worries.
I'll go ahead and stop sharing here so you can put the video back up.
You get them from the dollar store. Yep. They light
well,
up pretty
and that's,
good.
Right.
From the dollar store, they light up pretty good.
And that's what I said about the lights that Candace put around the tree recently for Dawn to take a video of and send it to a YouTuber to exploit the shit out of and call everybody else exploiters. But Dawn said Candace put those lights around the tree, and it was like a memorial thing for the kids. That may not have been the exact wording, but I mean, that's what it was. It was in honor of the children, or in, memorial for the children, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But that's what I said. I was like, oh, goodies. She got some solar lights at the dollar store on sale, or, they finally put them out or whatever. And she bought 8 or 10 of them and stuck them around the tree.
Right.
I do that too. I have solar lights around my tree out front too. I also have a shit ton of hosta and lamb's ear. It's not any type of memorial.
Right.
And there wasn't anything that signified any type of anything for the kids, other than that was where Summer's swing was hung.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, at the dollar store, I got the butterflies. They had the butterfly ones, and their body was a ball, like a spear, a ball. And it solar lights up, and they work good. I put them by my steps, coming up, walking up the steps. But that's probably exactly where she got them from, was a dollar store.
Yep. Just like my crystal butterfly, the bottom of it is a ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let me bring this back up. There we go. And I don't know where we left off. I think we left off, we were, Candace was yelling at Dawn, but I think we're past that.
Yeah, we were past that part.
I think we're past that. Let's see where we're at. Okay. We might have to, she may just be talking, so we may have to fast forward a little bit and see if but sometimes the talking is where you get the interesting stuff in. So we don't want to miss anything.
Keep an extra eye on her.
We kept really close eye, of course. We're paranoid. I just wish we could figure out who grabbed our daughter. I wish we could.
Why was he paranoid?
In good
See,
condition.
She's been kidnapped.
Not emotionally hurt or mentally messed up, or pray to God all the time about this, of course, and I appreciate you guys and prayers and trying to help us, best we can.
How do you think we can better go about that, like currently?
I wish I knew. I do talk to people, in law enforcement and stuff.
Good.
I'm trying to keep everything straight in my mind and be transparent with them.
And so when's the last time you've spoken to law about your daughter?
I mean, we kind of go back and forth with stuff, but it's stuff that I'm not supposed to. I want to say things.
No, don't say anything.
I'm trying not. I don't want to hurt.
Right.
The case in any way.
So are you getting answers privately at all, or?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah. When I think of stuff and I bounce it, we communicate like that and trying to figure out anything we possibly can. And I do know this, that they're way ahead of us. Let's just put it that way. They're way ahead of us.
Okay. Do you expect any updates in the near future?
No.
Do you think?
I wish.
You wish? Yeah. I know Ronnie had said something 2 months ago, but we're still waiting on that.
That's what we're praying for. Always is.
Right.
Thank God, because He's the only one who knows. He's the only one who gets the answers. There ain't been a psychic yet finder.
He is not the only, huh?
I said he didn't call. They never called law enforcement. They never checked in with law enforcement.
No, ever.
So they
never called them.
Right. So he wasn't getting stuff from, up. I wonder when was the last time that law enforcement actually heard from any of the Wells, Dawn, Candace, or Grandma Candy. When was the last time they contacted law enforcement? because when Grandma Candy did her interview, she said the last time she saw law enforcement was when they called the police out there because the YouTubers were at the driveway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was like 2 years before that. Okay, so when was the last time that Dawn and Candace contacted law enforcement themselves for any reason, whether it was, oh, we just thought of this, like Dawn just said, or do you have any updates? I mean, Dawn was in jail.
Yeah, I bet they have not once called and checked.
Right.
Not once. Not once. Good night,
Yep.
Seclusion.
He's
Thank
right
you
there.
for stopping by. Good luck
Good
at
night,
your
Seclusion.
appointment. Saying prayers for you for tomorrow for your appointment.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what did Wandering Heart say? Oh, she didn't say hi to Eve. I bet you not one. And you know Candace didn't call them.
Right.
She didn't even call them when she went missing.
Right.
She's not going to call them to check on it.
Yep. I mean, but when Don was in jail, he was right there. He knew he could contact law enforcement at any time. You know,
Right.
that was when
Yeah.
The Utah detective contacted Don while he was in jail.
Right.
But Don never, I guarantee he never reached out.
Right. I bet he didn't.
And that could have been for him to get out of his cell for a little bit too. If he, wanted to speak with Pruitt, he could have called and had Pruitt come over there and they could into a room and sat down and talked for a few minutes, it would have gotten him out of his routine in the county for 6 months or however long he was in there.
Right. But it gave him a break. Yeah.
Right. It would have if he would have called.
Yep.
But even Pruitt said, he was here and he knew all he had to do was give me a call.
I mean, I don't think they're doing anything. And Don's probably right about that. But still, I mean, I don't care. I don't care if I call every day and you say, well, there's nothing new to report today. I don't care. I'm going to call you every day.
I'm going to ride us until you tell me something is new.
Yeah. I may go by there every day.
Right. Like I will fill up your voicemail, and I don't. I mean, even if they would have kept in contact like periodically and until it got to like a weekly check-in or a monthly check-in or, something.
Mm-hmm. I'd be hitting your email. I'd be texting you. I'd be calling you. I'd be going by. Yeah, I do it all. I wouldn't care if it bothered you. I would not care.
I would want it to bother you.
Yeah. And I just don't feel like they even why. I mean, they do so much crap up there on Ben Hill. Why would they call the police? I mean, they could be implicated in anything if they call. Most probably, they're always doing something up there. So,
well,
in my opinion,
that was when Molly Golightly and JLR, Olivia, and Justin, and Bullhorn Betty, when they were in town. And everybody but Justin, I believe, was at the bottom of the hill, at the bottom of the driveway, when they had called law enforcement that time.
Oh. Is that when they had their she had her bullhorn and they were screaming up the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And Molly Golightly climbed up half the hill.
She did?
Mm-hmm. She could barely do it, though. She was trying to see if it was even make it up the hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
She almost got stuck.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're not just going to run up that hill and grab somebody and run down, because now you got to not only navigate yourself going down, but you got another person to navigate to get down.
Yep.
And there is no way you're going to tell me Don Wells can get down there in 25 seconds.
Right.
No way. He may
Yep.
roll down it in 25 as he's falling head over butt down there. But he ain't gonna run down that steep hill in 25 seconds.
Right?
And why would he do that? Why would he know that he could run down there in 25? Why would you even know that?
Well, they tested it out. That was when Cam and Allie were up on the hill, and they tested it out because they were timing each other. Cam went up and down it too, and then they had a bag of dog food that was a 50-pound bag, and they put that over their shoulder, and they went up and down the hill. So it was a test to see, because Don didn't even know that there was a dog trail there until the dogs were out there. And another thing, okay, so and I think we might have touched on this before, but there were multiple dogs on that hill.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't just like one dog, right?
No.
There was only one dog that went down that dog trail, and they said that the dog lost the scent at the bottom of the hill, but it was down the dog trail. It wasn't down the driveway.
Right. Don said it was the dog trail they lost the scent on. Then he said the driveway.
Right.
He said
and it
he
wasn't.
said both of them. But it's only
And
actually
see?
one, I believe.
Yep. That's why I don't believe that. I mean, a dog might have gone down that trail, but where'd the other dogs go?
Right. Yeah.
Nowhere, because they couldn't find a scent?
And where was the cadaver dog? Was there a cadaver dog there? Where did he go?
Right.
Wouldn't
And
he-
yes. Wandering Hearts, yes. Dawn shot the flare gun to try to scare him away. I think it was the same time. I think that the four of them were only there like one trip. I know that
Are you
they
talking about
like
Cam and Allie? Or are you talking
no when
about and Betty and
yeah
okay.
the heels on the ground group. They were only there for one trip. I think some of them like went back on Summer's Day, maybe, or I know Justin went to Summer's Day at least once, or but the actual group of them, they were there a couple different days, but it was all on one trip.
Is JLR one? Was he one of them?
Yep.
Okay.
They called them on the ground, which that is an LLC already, and it's wives of military, because boots on the ground is a military thing.
Yeah.
So the heels on the ground was the wives of the military guys or people, and that's why they named it that, and it was already an LLC. Well, Molly Golightly, I guess, had come up with the name, and she had said that her husband was going to trademark it, do the LLC thing, and people started throwing money at him left and right because, you can go to different places and, see different areas for us in different cases. And so here's all my money, and then they found out they couldn't do that because it was already an LLC. The name was already taken. So and that kind of squashed that, but they still referred to themselves as Hills on the Ground until they all broke up.
Remember when BK ran down the hill lost his pants? Oh my God, are you serious?
See that? Tammy, you didn't see that?
No, I did not.
That was when they were down there at the bottom, one of the times that they were at the bottom of the hill. And so maybe, were they there more than once?
I think he was. I think BK was there more than once.
Well, I was thinking the Heels on the Ground group, and I use that term loosely just because that way you know who I'm talking about.
Right.
But they were there at one point, and then they were there when BK was there too. And I'm wondering if that's in the same time frame, like the same trip, or if there were multiple trips. But yes, Molly Golightly, JLR, and Bullhorn Betty were for sure at the bottom of the hill. Olivia was there too. They were all at the bottom of the driveway, and BK comes running down the hill, holding his pants up, and he stopped at the bottom, like almost at the bottom of the hill, but not all the way to the road yet. There was a pile of firewood there that people have dropped off to use, and he stopped at the pile of wood and picked up a big piece and took off towards Molly Golightly and held it up like he was going to hit her with that wood. And she stood there. She didn't move. She was like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And he was like, "Step 1 foot on the property. I dare you. 1 foot." Well, where he was saying, like, there's an easement, so she really could have stepped like 3 feet on the property and he would have been in trouble. But he would have been in trouble anyway. Like, you can't hit somebody with a piece of firewood like that. But he was mocking, like, he looked over at JLR, and he said that JLR's hand was shaking like crazy. But when you watch the video wasn't trembling at all. Like, there was a little bit of movement where you could tell, like, he was moving his hand or whatever, but he wasn't shaking. BK was talking about him shaking, and then he was saying rude comments about Molly Golightly's looks, and I believe he said to I think BHB was there. It's been a long time since I've seen that, but it was nasty. Like, it was really nasty. And he ended up going back up the hill, but nobody backed down. Nobody left. They all stood their ground,
There was a guy earlier on that went on the property that was shooting too when they moved the boys. When the boys were removed, you mean, Aussie?
Like the day that the boys were removed? I didn't hear about that. Right, Vicky? They might have been Candace's pants. They were way too big for him.
That's hilarious. They probably were Candace's pants.
And
they were probably at the top of the hill laughing at him.
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. If I were Molly Golightly, I would have pissed myself. Like, if somebody who I already think is a Looney Tune anyway, like, the things that he was doing back then were questionable, to say the very, very least, right? So he comes running down at you and grabs a log like he's about to use it on you. No, I would have pissed myself.
Video was made between December 9th and December 11th, 2021. BK and the log.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds like some kind of stupid movie.
Right? Oh my gosh. And wait until you see it. I'm gonna find it.
Oh my God, that's even worse.
What were you doing that you needed to put Grandma Candy's pants on your ass? Okay. Do we need to know? Do we want to know?
And never mind. I guess Marlena would never wash all their clothes up, so.
Well, that's true. I'm gonna find it though, and I'll send it to you. If I find it and you want to play it, we can. But
yeah, he went by Raven, I think.
Let me see.
Oh God.
If anybody has
holding his pants up and going after somebody with a log.
Yeah.
And the pants didn't fit him.
Yeah. Like, I so bad want you to see it.
If they were Grandma Candace's, they probably were too short.
No, they fit.
They fit in length?
Yeah, they looked like they were long enough. It was just they were way too big. Let me see.
Oh my goodness. Oh, all right.
Okay, I'm going to put my email in the chat. If anybody knows where the link is for that video, send me the link. Please, please, please. So I can send it to Tammy.
All right. Let's see what else cookies we get out of this.
All right. Thank you, Aussie.
What's with that? Yeah, right. When is the last time you've heard from Ronnie Lawson or John Pruitt at all? Or even Leslie Earnhardt or anyone at the TBI? You don't have to say what was said, just just a few days ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good
no big
news.
deal. It's just.
Well, it shows us that they haven't forgotten.
It's more of me asking them questions.
Good. So you're calling them and keeping on their butts.
I call bullshit.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
It's just mind games, just like I guess like the YouTubers say. You just hit
Jesus.
one thing after the other, to the next theory, and it drives you insane. Kind of like that, you know.
Oh, the police are doing that too? Well, that's not good.
Yeah, the same thing. Well, no, I'm just saying, you know.
Right. They kind of.
You go through different theories in your mind all day long, 24/7, and.
Would you say you're calling them every day, or you're calling them every couple days, or do they?
Oh no, if my mind goes down a rabbit hole that I've never thought of before,
then you'll give them a call.
I'm not sure of
never.
what, this or that. Well, no, I don't talk to them all the time, but
yeah,
every now and then I hear from them here and there.
Yeah. Do you know when the last time they would have had contact with your mother-in-law, Candace's mom?
I don't know.
Probably a while by now.
I mean, I don't know. She's not a suspect.
Yeah, yes, she is.
So can't they come out and clear Grandma?
She's broken-hearted.
Right. I wish they would clear somebody. I wish they would just give us something, but I'm sure you feel the exact same way.
Well, one thing for sure, if they ever do figure out who took her, everybody will be cleared.
Yeah. Have you
see? He's just convinced somebody took her. He's just convinced that she has been taken. That's all there are to it. He's
It's
not
an
even
excuse that he has.
Yeah, I mean he's not even. He just keeps saying when they find out who took her. Well, in my opinion, you know who took her.
Yep.
You happened to do a DNA test recently for that one situation?
Yeah. It's in the computer.
Okay, cool.
It's all in the computer.
How long ago did you have to do that?
Yeah, there's I don't know. I guess I could go ahead and say it, but yeah, there's been no hits.
Okay.
I think I can say that because it was sent to me. They probably knew I'd blab about it anyway. Yeah, no hits on that.
Okay.
They did do that.
Good. Well, that's something. That's good though.
Yeah, but it shows that they're trying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you said you last talked to him a couple days ago. That's good too, because that lets us know they're not just forgetting about her. I think that gives us that. Yeah.
They are. They probably all the crazy theories and stuff that people think of. I mean, I gotta say, that's the.
So after all this,
working on it.
Yeah, after all this time, what is the main theory that sticks in your head right now? What do you think could have happened to Summer? Forget all of the rumors and everything. Like what is you probably have more than one that you think about, but what's the main one that you think about often?
Well, I think I've already kind of said it. I don't want to.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah. You don't want to, yeah.
I mean, it's
I forgot about that.
If you think everything that's going on, I don't know. We don't know. It could have been anybody could have pulled up in here and grabbed her, apparently.
Right.
So they had to come up. They had to come up that hill.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody. All we know is somebody took her. That's all we know.
And with the recent event,
How do you know that? How does he know somebody took her?
He doesn't.
And that's what he keeps saying. We know somebody took her.
Because that's better than saying we did something ourselves,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you assume that when children go missing that somebody took them. That's what most everybody assumes. But he is like, he knows it, you know.
Right.
He said it from the beginning. So it's just like, but how do you know that? I mean, and his idea of it is because the dog stopped picking her scent up at the bottom of where either the driveway or the dog trail. I would lean more to the driveway than the dog trail, but he said both. So I don't, I think he's just trying to, either he can't remember what he said or he's just trying to throw out distractions.
Or I think he can't remember.
Trying to make his narrative work.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it's either, we know that she didn't walk away because they said she never left the property. She never even left the grass.
Mm-hmm.
So, they've already ruled that out.
Yeah. She wouldn't go further than a swing.
Right.
So, yeah. So he just automatically assumes that somebody took her.
Well, it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have to blow my nose. If she didn't walk away, because she would never do that, the only other options are somebody took her or it was family related.
Mm-hmm.
He would never admit that it's family related.
No.
So that's why he's pushing the abduction theory so hard, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. See where we're at. We're almost at 3 hours. That's pretty good.
And you're just waiting to hear about more of that.
Yeah.
Without saying anyone's name, but everyone knows the name. Yeah, well, that will be interesting.
I know that they're doing everything they can to do their job. I know that they're all over it. I can say that. And like I said, if police thought for 1 minute me and Candace were guilty of something, I guarantee, and that Hawkins County would have us in their jail. We would be in their jail. They'd have us.
Yeah.
I mean, no, if they thought somebody was, they ain't gonna let somebody run around loose if they thought done something to their kid.
No, I was saying that earlier, that everything you ever done wrong, you've been in trouble for, like you've been arrested for, so.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's been 26 and a half months, and I just don't think you would get away if you harmed your daughter. I don't think you'd get away with it for over 2 years.
Hmm.
No, but I think if everybody would, I guess the most important thing is just keep praying for her.
And I don't think Candace could hide it from you for 2 years either, or you guys hide it from each other for over 2 years.
I know she loves her kids.
Yeah.
I know for a fact she loves her kids. And has this affected her mentally and everything else?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. No way it couldn't. it's probably affected you mentally too, right?
Some other, you know, yeah, of course it has. Because, you know, not only, of course, Summer we lost, you know, a daughter, but what she went through. It's horrific to think about what she's been through.
Yeah.
But what this to Candace help watch, witness.
Yeah.
She's made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, she has. She's trusted people. She's trusted. We've all done that.
When you say that, who's in your mind when you say she trusted people? Right. Is Jody Sue on that list asking for a friend? Yeah. Okay. I'll say yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah. I wish that they would be able to, like, at least, I don't know, start clearing people. Your mother-in-law, or you, or Candace, or you and Candace, or even if they came out and said, leave the church alone, they're not involved, or I don't know, leave grandma alone, she's not involved. You know what I mean? Can you ask them to start doing something like that? Or how does, I know I've asked you this probably 100 times, but I forget. Can you apply any pressure in that, or no? It's not really up to you.
I can't tell them what to do. I could ask them to, but I can't clear it all on.
Right.
Until they make an arrest.
Yeah.
And then there's, I've never heard of it.
Wondering, Hearts had a question. What about the footprints? Allegedly, they were found by her scent. Were they?
They were found on somebody else's property.
Summers?
No.
The footprints.
And just footprints. They couldn't say who they belonged to.
Okay. I was thinking there was some found, but they weren't hers, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they were like a kid-sized footprint. And if I'm not mistaken, it was only one. Like 1 foot you could see in the mud.
Oh. That's weird.
Yeah. But it was one of the neighbors that had found it and called law enforcement. But I don't remember hearing anything about it after.
Like if it led anywhere or done anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, Miss Eve.
And I'm still looking for this video.
Okay.
I found the video where Benny called 911 on Molly Golightly and her spy pin because she recorded Robin's daughter sitting next to her playing with her purse, playing with Molly Golightly's purse in church.
Right.
And I was trying to get her for a Class C felony. And law enforcement was like, what do you want us to do about it? He was like, I want you to do your job and quit trying to minimize the situation. They got into a heated discussion.
And they didn't do anything, did they? Yeah.
I don't think there was anything that said nobody could record inside the church. If it's not posted, she wasn't doing anything illegal.
Right. Yeah.
She was recording while she was in the church, and the little girl was in her purse. So, of course, she got in the view of the camera, but...
Well, she shouldn't have been in her purse.
Right. I mean, Molly Golightly didn't have to post the video, to be fair, or she could have blurred out the little girl's face, but the little girl watched her on my channel the other night. She was on stage with Robin's daughter. Robin put her on a live stream all on her own. So,
but she was in Molly Golightly's purse, is what I'm saying.
Right. And that's how she got recorded on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how she got recorded. So
I think what we'll do is we'll listen to this about 10 more minutes. And then, because the rain's really coming down hard out, and I got to go inside.
I was wondering.
Yeah. So we'll do this till, listen to this till 1. And then what I will do is pick up next week and we'll watch the rest of this and then the other one.
Okay.
That I was going to watch tonight. So listen.
All right. And I'm still watching my email. And whoever finds Benny Keys running down the hill at Molly Golightly can shoot it over to me in email. And I'm still looking for it myself too.
Law enforcement said it was unfounded. The footprints, Eve.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I'm sure I'm sure they did say it was unfounded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. No, I mean, I don't really know.
It's gotta be.
Made up in Hollywood?
Is that something made up in Hollywood? I don't hear people.
Maybe they, I mean, I don't know.
They don't, like, I've never heard. Maybe they do it in the movies, I guess. I don't know.
No, I don't think it would be an accident and a cover up, you guys. Again, Don already said, like, he doesn't believe that they would even get away with that, and neither do I. So to have an accident and a cover up would to be essentially saying that Don and Candace is getting away with something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't believe that. We're going on 27 months, and I don't believe that at all.
Candace watched her kids very carefully. She would never drink and drive. She won't. No, nothing like that. She won't even touch her keys if she's had one drink, but she has been doing good. Staying away from all that stuff.
What's drinking and driving got to do with anything? I mean,
I don't know.
They weren't talking about drinking and driving.
Well, it's hard for him to stay on topic. We all know that.
I mean, Cher was trying to say that she didn't think they were guilty, and he's like, "Well, yeah, Candace will never drink and drive." Where did you hear that? Is the voices in your head saying, "Hey, tell him, Candace, don't drink and drive"?
Right.
I mean, dang, we wasn't even talking about that. But now that you bring it up, Don,
yep.
Do you drink and drive with the kids in the car? Asking for a friend.
Oh, I think I might have found it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead and keep playing, and
okay,
I'm gonna watch it in here and see if this is it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good.
Great.
Which is even harder to do when you're in pain. That's true.
I might. I don't know. But there was some accident. If you're a caring parent, you love your kids. I mean, what's the first thing you're gonna do if there's an accident? You're gonna call an ambulance.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the rumor with that is that you did not allow Candace to bring the children to the doctor without your approval.
No. How am I gonna? They were up on all their shots. They were all in school. They were all doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Summer was enrolled. We took her up there a few times to the school to meet the teachers and everything, and she was ready to go. Her first year, she didn't even get to go to school one day.
I know.
You know?
I know it. This is a rough time for you. I know it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, my little girl, my everything to me. Candace loved all her kids very much. If it leaves lose our minds after her disappearance and everything? Yeah, we did. We sure did.
That's understandable.
Right.
Anyone in your shoes would do the same. I know I watched Billy Joe break down more times than I wish I witnessed.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did we have cops everywhere, you know, day in and day out, helicopters, questions, searching all over the property. We had media. We like dumbasses turned to Facebook and YouTube for the first time ever for me.
Yeah.
Never had a Facebook account or anything ever in my life.
Yeah, I could tell when we first started talking you were not very social media savvy.
No, not at all. No.
So then I want to bring up, well, it's on my mind because other people talking about it, but it's been brought up again that Grandis had said, sorry, Candace's mom, you know the nickname Grandis, that she had told the law that Candace, or what she said in an interview, that Candace had went to meet you on June 15th with Summer.
No.
So we must have heard her wrong or something.
Well, yeah, I don't know. She may not have fully understood where I was. Oh, you talking about
Yeah, Candace's mom had said that on June 15th, before you had gotten home from work that day, that Candace had loaded up Summer to go meet you. It's a rumor or whatever. I would have to find where Grandma says that specifically again, but yeah, it's going around.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know why she would say that, because she was with her that day, and as far as I know, the swimming hole in her truck and everything else, so I don't know why she would say that.
Right. And then the lady at the water hole who works at like the horse stable there said that she saw either Candace's or Candace's mom's truck parked there at the water hole for a couple hours.
Right.
What is that about?
It was just there wasting time, you know, waiting for a prescription to be filled or something, if I remember right.
For a couple of hours?
I don't know how long.
Like she didn't park her truck and leave in another vehicle for a couple hours and then pick up her truck later, did she?
Well, I don't know what truck that would be.
Or any, yeah, I know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a rabbit hole. It's just theories and crap. Even if she did, I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Well, that's why I ask you, because, you know, again, new people are clicking on this case, so it's good to get it from the horse's mouth. And then people can say, okay, well, we heard Don say that, no, this isn't true, so then we can move on. Or I can move on.
I get it. Yeah.
Did you find it, Mandy?
Yes, I did.
I can bring this one down so you can. I wanted him to finish talking about that.
Yeah, that was interesting to say the least. Okay. So it's on Chronicles of Olivia's channel, and it's from December 11th, 2021. And she explains it pretty well here, and I'll share her channel link in the chat, so we'll give full credit. And it's long, so we'll do play and pause and talk about it because it's very interesting, to say the least. And I do have it sped up on 1.25, so if it's too fast, let me know.
Okay.
It's really hard for me to watch videos on anything under 2 times speed. It's just
Yeah.
hard for me. Okay.
Yesterday, my friends and I, Molly Golightly, Andra, and Jonathan, spent 11 hours searching for answers for Summer. We talked to law enforcement and locals and saw some disturbing information.
I called him. She didn't answer. I tried calling her on Facebook. No answer. She called us back. Shed her tears, no nothing. I said, what's wrong? She goes, she's gone. I said, what do you mean Summer's gone?
Was he crying?
Not one tear.
She would give Candace give Summer drugs and alcohol.
She would go to
The boys too? Everybody.
Earlier today, we were driving by the Wells house when we saw some cars parked outside their driveway. We decided to get out of our car and talk with the people standing outside. Coincidentally enough, we talked to 2 YouTubers that we had heard were talking about us in a negative light on social media the day before. They said it was just a misunderstanding. They were waiting for the so-called PI to arrive. While we were peacefully standing on the road, chatting with those 2 YouTubers, the so-called private investigator started running down the driveway of the Wells. He began...
Okay, so the 2 YouTubers were Cam and Allie.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I recognize them.
Yeah. And then the other, that's Benny Keys running down the hill.
They said he was a private investigator?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the Wells private investigator, which
Yeah.
I will give he is definitely good at digging on people. I've seen him dox many different people, maybe not all the correct information, but he did dig.
His vehicle's at the top of the hill.
No, his vehicle's down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they ended up showing it because, like I said, I watched it live on JLR's channel, and but I didn't try JLR's channel to try to find it. I actually found it on another channel that they had just screen recorded Olivia's entire video. So I went to Olivia's channel and give her credit for her video, but see it's clipped, so hopefully we'll be able to see JLR's point of view also, because if I'm remembering correctly, JLR went over to car and saw the Texas plates and looked inside of the car, and so I'm pretty sure the front end of the car that we can see right there on the left side, like this, I don't know, can you see my mouse, this one right here?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one's his because it has a front Texas plate on it.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
Crime Fighter, December 15th, 2021 has part 911 call.
I found the 911. Let me see what channel I found it on. No, I found. Is it longer than 5 minutes, Wandering Hearts? I found the call. It's 5 minutes long on a channel called Unsolved. But okay, I'm gonna keep playing. This is easy running down the hill here.
Okay.
Began to yell profanities and started acting violent and erratic.
I'm Bullhorn Betty.
Nice to meet you.
I heard you were pretty pissed at me last night.
I'm not pissed. I just didn't know what was going on.
I reached out and asked.
I had a message you.
Yeah.
I left a comment.
It wasn't nice, right?
No, I didn't say nothing bad.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody thinks I got this bad name. Together and share information.
That's exactly what we're
It's about a 5-year-old girl, all petty bullshit set aside.
Right. That's
Okay, so we have BHB here, and then we have JLR back here. Himself. They're all live. I'm pretty sure. I think Molly Golightly was the only one. She really, for people calling her a tragedy pimp and all that, like, she really did not go live when she was outside of a house. You know, like she would go live. Yeah.
Yeah.
She would go live sometimes, but she didn't, like, Betty was live the majority of the time. JLR is always live, but Alyssa was hardly ever live. So I don't think that she had her camera out. I don't know. We'll see for sure, because when Skeezy gets to the road or to the bottom of the driveway, you can see. But so, and then this is Cam over here, just for anybody who isn't aware of who everybody is.
That's what we're worried about.
Yeah.
We came out and like I said, we've arranged Need a Diver and a bunch of other groups that have came in, and we're working together to clear all of these areas out there. We've searched and we've cleared. I can't really talk in detail because of everything. But
well, we went we do a lot of interviews, and we've interviewed a lot of people close to here, and It was pretty eye-opening and pretty alarming for us. I can honestly tell you that.
It is.
And it's a little terrifying for us, quite frankly.
It is for everybody here.
Our life is going to be very interesting.
Are you working with these guys that are part here? I have no idea who. I just know
You don't even know the guy Benjamin Keys.
I have no idea. I don't know if he's here.
Okay, so their JLR obviously saw that was BK's car, and Cam and Allie had just pulled up. So they pulled up, and the Heels on the Ground group was already there. Cam and Allie were coming over to go up to talk to Don and Candace, and BK was already up there. So they haven't been up to the house yet. So I don't believe him 100% because obviously that's BK's car, and that's why JLR was asking him. But
right,
yeah,
He is. That's his car. That's the car? I'm pretty sure it is. Does it have the T? Yep, sure it is. We were down there. We're actually on the road out there, not even on Ben Hill. We're on, what is that creek? What is that?
Peach Creek, right?
Yeah, Peach Creek. And these dogs over here were just going crazy.
Yeah, this dog's at the end.
Yep, they were just going crazy. And I keep thinking, and I know that this deer wasn't all down here, but I'm sorry, guys, I just don't see it. I don't see it. It's such a steep view.
There's trails. If you've seen any of our content, there's trails that lead from the bottom part. There's trails that lead from all the way up here that you would never know. That's what we came up here, and when we came up here and filmed that, the private investigators live filmed us, and we've been working really close.
Have you guys talked to the sheriff's office?
Yes, we've been.
okay. He's talking about a real PI, not BK.
right.
Just a heads up. And they were in contact with law enforcement. I think Cam and Allie were in contact with law enforcement 100 times more than Don and Candace were.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
In touch with the sheriff's office, we've been in touch with TBI, we've been in touch with Sullivan County, Greene County, Washington County. They work very closely. Well, not with us, but they allow us to do what we're supposed to.
We had an interesting conversation with them yesterday about this case.
Yeah, they so the areas that where they've been quite hush hush about everything, we've continued to come out here. We don't know what areas they cleared because they don't talk about it. So we clear the areas that we find that would be or that we feel might be important. The other property owners, this is Jackie Dobbs' property.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get a hold of him. We've also.
I can tell you, if you guys need to get help, need help getting a hold. I mean, believe it or not, Jonathan, he's a tracker. He gets the job done.
The people we brought in are former law enforcement too from other counties. They have done more
than the Wells.
Hi, I'm Andra.
This is my wife, Allie.
Nice to meet you, Allie. That's Olivia. Marissa.
Nice to meet you. And look, I don't want any problems.
No, we're not here. We're not here. We're actually not here for a problem. We're here for a 5-year-old girl that's missing, and that's I came from Florida. I came all the way from Florida for this. You know what I'm saying? So people just don't come up here from Florida. And I mean, we were 11 hours searching and speaking with law enforcement, going to the city, going through administration, doing a lot of stuff, pulling dispatch.
We wanted our presence now.
Yeah.
With authorities.
That's
That's
good.
the first thing. From our intention.
Yeah.
Went out that road.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
That's fine. If I was misinformed, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wasn't out here yesterday.
Yeah.
Today I did come out here under request of the PIs to look at things and make sure that everything's okay.
And the Heels on the Ground group, in quotations, they did go to law enforcement. They did sit down and talk to him. They did record it. They did share it. And they did tell them their intentions. And they said, do what you got to do. Just don't break the law. So, law enforcement knew that they were there. They knew what was going on. They knew why they were there. The group went to the CPS building and protested outside of there in horrible freezing weather. And there was talk that the building was closed on that day, or maybe was it the CPS office or was it the TBI office? Oh my goodness, it's been so long. But there was talk of the building being closed because there wasn't much activity going on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they were out there for quite some time freezing their arses off. And Bullhorn Betty had her bullhorn out there. Harlan? I don't think I know that name, Chapstick. Wait, is that the one that... Oh, I just saw screenshots of it, too. Was it a husband and wife or a male and female couple? I'd have to go back and look. I remember when that couple was brought on. They might not have been husband and wife, but I know it was a male and female. Because I went to their website. They had a Facebook page and a website to it and screenshot all of it. I don't remember.
We tell find out what we've done. We have first to deploy drone. We have Gene Robinson that works with EquiSearch on our side. We're coming out and doing stuff with.
Here we go.
May get that ass whoop, is that what he said?
Yep. Now listen to him. As he's yelling, he's making threats as he's running down the hill. He literally sounds like he just broke out of a mental hospital. Like, he sounds like, or out of a prison or something. Like, he sounds like he is very determined. He is very irate and saying violent things. Okay. I'm going to go back here so you can hear what he's saying. Make sure I got the volume up all the way too. Oh, see, I don't. Okay. Now I have it turned up all the way, so earbud users beware. And yes, they donated dog food and they donated dog food to the Wells. They went to Dollar General or something and they spent like over $100 on dog food and brought it back and put it at the bottom of the hill. And then they also donated food to a food pantry while they were there. So, yep, they did. All right, here we go. Ready? Everybody ready? Eyes peeled. I didn't go back far enough. Hold on, I'm sorry. Why is it not wanting to let me rewind now? Oh, because I clicked on the volume. Dang it. Okay.
Who's that?
You trying to get that ass whooped? Put one toe on the property, bro. Let me break your fucking face. God damn, you're fatter in real life than I thought. Holy shit. You look like a spark. Why your hand shaking, bro? You scared? You look scared. You look shook. Just say, hey, bro, you're obstructing the road, man. This is against the law. You got to move the fuck around. Get that bear spray in that paper. Bring your fat ass on here, bitch. I wish you would.
You sure about that?
Bring your motherfucking ass on here, too. One toe. One toe. Why your hand shaking like that, bro? Get a good look. See? You gonna sue me? Why your hand shaking? You are shook. Look at your hand. I ain't got to worry about you.
Are you going to worry about me?
Nah, I'll break your face, too.
Do it.
Step 1 foot out.
No. Come.
Yeah, no.
All right. I got a surprise for you.
Yeah. Chin,
I got
chin,
a fucking
chin,
surprise.
chin.
Yeah. You pussied out last night. You pussied out last night. Come into my face. Please.
Your face.
Come right up to me. You just threatened my life how many times?
I will beat the shit out of you.
All right. I want you to come and beat the shit out of me.
Chin off your face. You come
Beat the shit out of me.
Huh? You come on this property and I will fuck you up. You understand me?
I'm not on the
One fucking toe.
All right, let's go.
Cock
You
out,
want a
bitch.
fucking crazy contest? You fucking got one.
Man, you are about it with a woman.
Huh? Oh, you blowhorn Betty?
Yep.
Yeah, that's that balding bitch. Ain't it? Propecia. Call you Propecia.
What a pussy. Everybody saw
husband,
everyone.
bitch.
What a huge pussy you are. Exactly. You're a pussy. You're a pussy. And you want to know something? I'm going straight to the police.
After watching this footage, doesn't it make you think, are these man's intentions in the right place?
There you go.
Okay. I did not see that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in December 2021.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised there wasn't snow there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know in Indiana, we usually don't get like heavy snow, like snow that sticks until
Mhm.
January, sometimes February.
Oh, gotcha. Right, Aussie?
Exactly.
So, just a bunch of nice YouTubers just getting along, playing in the sandbox well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
let's work together. That was wonderful.
That's what he kept saying. Step one toe, one toe. Like, there's a such thing called a public easement.
Yep.
And they do have those in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I know that
everywhere. Yep.
there's been lots of talk that they do not have them in Hendersonville, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I can't say if they do or don't. But anytime there is a power line,
yeah,
there has to be a way to get to it, and that's the
well, I was going to say everything is not every inch is not either owned by it's either owned by a person or the city or the town or the parish, well, parish for me, or the county. I mean, every inch is owned by somebody.
right.
I mean, and if the state or the parish owns it, that makes it public.
Right. Whereas if the city owns it, it's also public.
Right, because you pay taxes for that. So
Yes, exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
So technically, they could have walked 3 feet on that property, and he would have been in the wrong if he would have touched one hair on their head.
Right. Oh no, it's pouring again.
Oh no. Well, I found the other video.
What it does is it rains, pours, and then stops, and then pours, and then stops.
Just teasing you enough to piss you off, huh?
We don't usually snow in December. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I figured.
I don't get snow at all, rarely. So
quit bragging. My gosh.
We don't. I
Goodness.
mean, I wouldn't mind it every once in a while, but we usually get ice. We usually don't get snow.
Yeah, we get that too. We get ice under the snow.
Yeah.
The nasty white shit, as I call it.
Good night, Miss Smith. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
Good night, Mrs. Smith. I also found the one where Don Wells shot off at the same group. And it is also on Chronicle of Olivia. Let me see if I can skip to where it happens. Okay, I think it's right here. And I'm going to turn the volume down on this one because they're using bullhorns and they're yelling and they are very, very loud. I'm going to try to turn the volume down as far as I can. And we'll go right here. And this one is from January 10th, 2022. So I don't know when they... Oh, wait, here. On January 7th, 2022 at 5 p.m., my friends peacefully protested on a public easement across the street from where Summer Wells went missing. Approximately 2 minutes later, a flare was shot from the Wells property. So the other one was from December, and this one was from January. Were there on January 7th, then they had to have been there. They wouldn't have been there through Christmas, so they came down the beginning of December and then came back down the beginning of January.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm assuming. Don't let me make an ass out of myself.
Right.
But, okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. We'll start 2 minutes in so that right before, because we can see the house here. I don't want to miss it. I haven't watched this in full, so I don't know exactly when it happened. But they are being very, very loud. So if you do have earbuds, turn it down maybe. And if anybody's asleep right now, they're about to wake up. Here we go.
Shame on you, Will. Shame on you, Don Will. Shame on you, Candace. Where's Summer? What did you do with... What did you do with Summer, Don? Summer, Will. Where is Summer, Will? Summer's life matters, Don. We are here again. Anytime. Keep rejecting us. Nothing is also an answer. You told me you could come to church today. What's your family now? How in the world are you able to...
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like a firework.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you can hear it. Like, you can hear it, like, fly out of the gun. You can hear the pop.
The whistle. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. I guess I haven't watched it in so long or paid close enough attention to realize that you can really hear it. Molly's nails are pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that pretty paint.
You keep rejecting us. Silence is also an answer. You told me. You told me you couldn't come to church today.
There it went.
You come to church today.
I think he
didn't even go to church.
I think he's shot it twice too.
Why are you shooting at us? We know you wasn't at work all day.
Mom.
Oh my God.
You all have got to leave. You have tore my grandmother-in-law all to pieces. She's having chest pains. This bullshit is done. We know what's going on. I have no doubt in my mind that they're involved in it. But it's hard at it. Let the law do their thing. I'm ex-law enforcement. I know the guys that's working the case. Let them do their job. That's all I ask. You came up here. You've been over at the cemetery where my family's buried at. I'm tired of it. Just get in your vehicles and leave. If not, I will call the law.
But they're not doing anything illegal.
Right.
So there's nothing that the law can do, and the law knows that they're there.
Mm-hmm.
So other than Marissa climbing up the side of the hill, there's nothing that they've done that's been illegal. And I don't know when she did that in the timeline. I don't know if it's already been done or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what they're doing is legal. So whether you like it or not, law enforcement isn't going to make them go away.
Mm-mm.
I mean, look
He
how
can
Quentin
go-
Simon case got.
He can go complain all he wants, but if they're on a public road, they can sit there.
Right. And for him to say, I'm ex-law enforcement, I know you guys are just covering a case. Well, then you know.
He knows better. He's just trying to leave.
Yeah, like they don't know the law. You know, like seriously.
Right.
They definitely have investigated enough to know what they're allowed to do and not allowed to do. Sorry, sir.
That's right.
And I do feel bad for the neighbors in situations like this, you know, like,
yeah.
I mean, I understand why they're doing it. Does that make it right? No.
No.
But it definitely It definitely bothers like, I wouldn't want people outside of my house, whether they were yelling at my house or my neighbor's house.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't want them doing that. So I definitely get it. That's what I was wondering, Vicky. Don Sherfy. Wasn't there was Don Sherfy Jr. I don't remember which one it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's one of the Don Sherfys. But starts talking to him like they have a full-fledged conversation before he leaves. And then they stay out there for a little bit longer. And he said he didn't have any doubt that they've done something.
Yeah.
That they're not being honest.
Yeah.
But they look at all this dog food that they put out here. Like, they had the whole back end of this. They went to the store. This is the video of when they went to the store and bought all of the dog food, and they took a picture of the receipt. Oh, they asked permission. Let me see.
Now this is the thing. He didn't tell us that not to come back. I know. He's never told us not to. This is the point. Said we're gonna know if he's smart or not. If he says, "Don't come back on my property," he's never done that. How do you expect us to read a flare gun? To me, that signals party. Right?
You would say that.
Fireworks.
Right. Only Molly Golightly.
And he said thank you.
Fireworks.
He didn't say don't come here.
Exactly. Out of all the times that we've been on the phone with him, he's never once told us not to come. Never.
It's almost like he wants us to come.
Well, of course.
All right, so Don Wells has agreed to allow Bullhorn Betty to go with me. This is something that has just, listen, I ordered tamales. We had no idea. I thought I was going to take a shower and go to bed. And all of a sudden, at 9 o'clock at night, he's like, let's hang out. My feeling is happening. What I just described to you is happening. They want to recruit me as a friend and tell me things.
Don Wells responded about the protesting. You know, I got something for you to protest. He sent 2 messages out, one to me on our text and one to you, same thing. Yeah. The protesting in front of his house with the bullhorns was the catalyst for him to initiate dialogue in the meeting.
Posted on my page the interview, just the interview segment of his neighbors, of his neighbor coming out and saying, we know he had something to do with it. We don't like him. They don't get along with anybody around here.
I will meet you, man and woman, no BS tomorrow, no recording devices. Look, we have a serious problem in our country, many missing babies. Let's do this for them, please. I said, okay, Don, we will be there tomorrow. What time?
So Don messed with them. That's why they ended up going to his job, because he kept telling him all this BS. You know, yes, I'll meet you, you know, thanks for the dog food. Like, he never said, don't come to my house. He never said, you know, leave us alone. He had conversations. That's where we heard Don say that he took a shower with all the kids all at once, including Summer.
Yeah.
You know, that was a phone call with Marissa during this time frame.
Yeah.
He played with them so much and trolled them. I'll meet you here. I'll meet you there. And they would show up and Don wouldn't.
Yeah.
So when they did the interview with Dudley, Dudley said, I know where Don is working. I know what neighborhood he's working in. And he showed them. And so they went to that neighborhood. He pointed it out. He left the neighborhood and they drove up to the house. Well, Marissa ran to the house, but Olivia and Bullhorn Betty drove to the house. And then, you know, saw what happened there.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was playing them like they were trying to be serious. They were wanting to speak with him. That was it.
Yeah.
And he was jacking them around so bad.
And
so
thought it was funny.
Yes. Yes. He was having a blast at his game that he was playing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, her hair does look good, Aussie.
Mhm.
Yep. And one thing too, Marissa and Betty, or Marissa and Andra, they are not like fat women. They are like 5'2".
Mhm.
So they're super short. Marissa has ginormous watermelons in her shirt.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it makes her look bigger. Bullhorn Betty was a little bit bigger back then, but she's lost weight since, you
Mhm.
know, and so for BK to say, you know, you're even fatter in person or whatever he said, you know, no, neither one of them are fat. And Marissa's lost weight too. She has a freaking 6-pack now.
Yeah.
So, but they were both just a little bit thick, but they're both very short women. So
Yeah.
he was just trying to insult them in any way that he could. And
Oh yeah.
you
That's the
saw it
first thing
didn't work.
he thought if
Yeah.
you went after a woman's weight, you know, that's usually that usually is the catalyst to really making them somebody mad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But the funny thing about when BK came down the hill, Marissa kept putting or held her hand behind her back.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she had a firearm, that's where it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
He
didn't
didn't know.
have one. No.
Nope. He didn't
But
know
he
that.
didn't know that.
That's right. That's right.
And what'd she say? You met or if you want to act crazy, I'll show you crazy. You've met your match, or remember
Something
what she
like
said,
that.
but that was
Yeah.
yeah. That was definitely good. Like she gave it. Like she didn't back down whatsoever.
Nope. Nope.
And JLR was not shaking. I promise. When I find that, I'll find that live stream sometime.
Okay.
When he was recording, but the video is not jiggly or wiggly or jerky or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he was talking about. He was
yeah.
shaking.
Yeah. He was just trying to intimidate him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. But he sounded like a loon.
He did. My
Psychotic loon. All right, I'm gonna hop down so you can say your goodbyes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining me again. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry that I'm always tardy to the party.
No, you good? You good?
My sandwich was so good.
I told him in chat, I'm like, I told Mandy she could eat before she joined it.
I heard you say something about we told her she could have dinner, that'd be okay.
Yeah, Cher's like, oh, that was so nice. I'm like, I know.
Well, I figured I would fix it while my grandbaby was falling asleep. You know, I was like, it only takes about 20 minutes to make the sandwich
Yeah.
if I do it quick, you know?
Right,
So
yeah.
I was like, I'll throw it all in there. And then I had to search the deep freeze because the one set of meat that I pulled out, it looked brown and it was in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
But I think from when we lost our power, you know, it was out for 24 hours. And
Yeah.
so that was in the smaller freezer. So, yeah, I was trying to find the other pack and I ended up finding some, but it wasn't the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I made it, I think I took it a little too early, but I was trying to hurry, you know, it was cooked. I always fully cook it, but, and it's Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
you know, flank steak, but,
Yeah.
yeah, it was delicious.
That's
Usually
why
I
nobody
only,
sees my body. Oh, Aussie. Like me either.
right? Same Aussie, just a
Yeah.
headshot. That's all you need.
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna hop down. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
my friend.
may you have the kind of day that karma feels you've earned. And until next time, I love you bunches.
I love you bunches. Bye.
And Chad will be down there in just a second. Toodles.
She's warning you she's coming. Thank you, Aussie. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Eve. Miss Vicky, thank you for being here and participating. I do appreciate it. All your good questions and comments. I appreciate you. Miss Smith, thank you. You've already gone to bed, but thank you. Chapstick, we're glad you could join us. Glad you could join us. Wandering Hearts. Glad you could be here. And anybody, if I missed you, I'm very sorry. Thank you for everybody that participated, could talk. Everybody that was in the bushes, I appreciate you too, because I am a lurker and I like to go in the bushes too. So I hear you and I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Mandy. Mandy's here now. Thank you for being here, Mandy. I appreciate you. I hope everyone has a great rest of the night, morning, wherever you're at. I hope your weather is not rainy like mine and storming. And I do hope you have a great, wonderful Thursday and the weekend to come. And I will probably be live again next Wednesday. Wednesdays seem to be working out pretty good for me. So I'll probably be live again Wednesday. Mandy will be live Friday. I'm not sure when Cher will be live again. I'm not sure if she's working tomorrow night or not, but we shall see. But thank you for being here. I do appreciate everyone. I hope you have a great rest of the night. And please remember to be kind to everyone, everywhere, and especially be kind to yourself. Talk to y'all later. Love you bunches.